Jim Wright. At wide receiver, he wears number 81 from Temple, Steve Watson. At quarterback, number 7 from Stanwood, John Elway.
It's true, everyone. The sky is Colorado blue, but the stands, 75,000 plus, are all orange, and John Elway got a standing ovation. It's the Eagles against the Broncos, and of course the Broncos still unbeaten. The Eagles are 1-1. I'm Tom Brookshire, along with Charlie Waters, who had that Dallas uniform on for a dozen years, and your old buddy Dan Reeves explained to us why he's going to start Elway again. Tell the people why.
Well, Coach Reeves told us that both DeBerg and John Elway were even at the end of training camp, but for the team to get better, he felt he needed to start John Elway. You know, he was great in college, Brookie, and he's got a lot of potential here in the NFL, but he's got to get out and prove it. He hadn't done it the last 2 weeks, but when he does figure it out, look out.
Now, DeBerg, though, has his ego's in good shape, so he allows himself to be the reliever, huh?
Boy, he's a backup reliever, a relief pitcher of a supreme. He's come in off the bench the last 2 weeks, has won 2 ball games for him, and that makes it easier for Reeves to start Elway. And the other reason is they got a great defensive team.
Well, talking about defense, the Eagles, of course, Marion Campbell was the defensive coordinator. They've given up the fewest points over the past 6 seasons of any team in football, and I guess the Green is just going to circle up and try to get at the young guys, aren't they?
Well, Philadelphia, when back in the late 70s when they were contenders, they did it with a defensive team. Led by Jerry Robinson this year, they've got to start swarming again and flying around. That's the energy that they were putting into preseason, and that's what's going to win it for them today. It could be a long day for John Elway if they get it together on defense.
Okay, Charlie. Rich Carlos, the second-year kicker for the Broncos. The only other barefooted kicker in the league than Carlos, of course, is Tony Franklin. Here's Carlos, Glenn Young waiting for the ball for the Eagles. And, Carlos drives it 9 yards deep in the end zone. The Eagles will take over on the 20-yard line, and 75,000 people just cheered. Here's the Eagle Offensive Ball Club. They had a great passing game against Washington, but check it today. Jaworski having a good time this year. Michael Haddock's the #1 draft in there for Montgomery. Hubie Oliver up there. Now Stan Walters, Steve Kinney, Guy Morris, Ron Baker, Sizemore. They will be tested today to the utmost. Vito Cab, the young Penn Stater, is in starting for Spagnola at tight end. 1st and 10 from the 20. The numbers on Ron Jaworski. It's an I formation. Denver's in that 34. Here's the inside drive play. Haddock's out to the 25-yard line. Haddock's at 224. Here's the Denver defense, the second-best defense over the past 6 years on points allowed the last 6 years. This is a good battle. Barney Chavis, super against the run. Reuben Carter and Latimer will alternate at nose tackle, and Rulon Jones is some kind of a pass rusher. Ryan is in for Swenson, Busick, Gradishar, and Tommy Jackson, one of the best. We'll set that secondary a little bit later. 5 yards for Haddock's. Double wing. Here's the inside handoff. Hubie Oliver gets maybe a yard and a half, and he's stacked up. Gradishar first, and Rulon Jones. Here's the secondary that Charlie Waters and I think might be the most talented, athletically speaking, in the whole league. Louis Wright, Mike Harden, Dennis Smith, and Steve Foley.
Well, they're so big, Brookie. All of them are over 6 feet tall, and I think the key to it is Mike Harden moving from the free safety position over to the corner. He's handling well.
They'll get the first chance. A shotgun situation for the Eagles on 3rd and 3. Fake handoff, second, got double handoff. There's going to be a face mask tackle as Haddock's was pulled down by Busick by the headgear.
Busick's a mean guy. They call him off of him on the dummy drills out there at practice. He accidentally grabbed the face mask.
The officials, of course, that's Gordon McCarter, who's going to take care of the officiating with the other Zebras. 7, of course, that's Busick. SC, man. Let's see it for ourselves. You got it?
It's a shotgun there. You get the run off the shotgun. Hand off to him. You see Busick, 57, coming. Oops, he didn't mean to do it.
Face mask, 15-yard penalty, 1st and 10.
Well, that's interesting. They gave him 15 yards, Brookie.
Yeah, that means it's a flagrant one, right? That means he did it on purpose. The interesting thing was the second back got the handoff. I've never seen a shotgun with a second-hand handoff like that.
It's a new wrinkle.
1st and 10. The Eagles get a good play and also get a break. 1st and 10 on the 40. That's Mike Quick in motion. The toss. He fumbles the ball. I believe Mike Quick recovered. Michael Haddix coughed the ball up when he was really turning on the power, and Denver really hit him a lick. Mike Quick did come up with it. I believe Tommy Jackson caused that.
That's that swarming defensive team that Denver is notorious for having. Both these teams have swarming defensive teams. They're number 1 and 2 defensive teams as far as points allowed in the last 6 years in the NFL. Here's the toss to the outside with Haddix running. Great stick there. Barney Chavis, number 79, is the reason why the ball was coughed up. Alert play by Quick.
Eagles got it moving now. You can see second down and call it a long yard. Here's the handoff. Haddix cutting back against the grain. Oh, good tackle by number 49. Reuben Carter got in there, but Dennis Smith came up from safety and really straightened up the back.
One thing I like about the Eagle offense right there is they came right back and handed the ball Haddix again after he fumbled. And you know, that's a little thing that a coach will do to keep that guy's confidence up. Get it back to him.
It's like a fighter pilot. They get him right back in the planes right after a tough raid, huh? It brings up third down and a foot. A good stand by the Broncos. 2 tough plays in a row. The double tight end, the 3 tight end situation now. Short yardage on offense. Haddix. No. Haddix is straightened up by Barney Chavis, and I don't believe the Eagles got the first.
Boy, Denver's glad to be back in Denver. They're giving them a standing ovation.
4th and inches. You don't dare take a chance this early, do you?
It looks like the defensive team was slanting in the direction that Haddix went. Boy, I tell you, Chavis just stood him up. Good move by Haddix trying to jump over the top, but hard to jump over a guy 6'6".
And he's expecting you to try it, huh? Zach Thomas back to take it. Maxie Runiger kicking from perhaps his own 37-yard line. Pretty good kick. That's Thomas. Thomas picks up a block, steams to the 20-yard line. The young free agent who has worked his way on with special team play for the Broncos. Nobody's on the scoreboard, but everybody's on fire. It's 0-0 early.
Read what?
Tom Brookshier and Charlie Waters. You're looking at John Elway, the young man from Stanford. Very unassuming, very humble, and that's the reason he's going to be able to handle all this pressure. I think he's got a good chance of doing it.
They like him in the huddle. The guys that, even the older players, Paul Howard's been around for 11 years, they like the way his presence in the huddle.
How about the other huddle? They like him over there? Someday they won't. 1st and 10. We'll set that Denver offense in just a moment. It's a slot right. Close set. That's Steve Watson in motion. Inside handoff. That's Winder, Sammy Winder. He's got 5 yards. Boy, is he a good-looking running back. He runs where the blocks open up on the line of scrimmage. Very good runner. Here's that Denver offense. Elway, Sammy Winder, Peros, the running back there. Rick Upchurch, a real comeback year for him. And Steve Watson, the best free agent maybe ever signed. Dave Studdert, Bishop in there for Glassick. Brian Howard Lanier and Jim Wright is starting at tight end. Nathan Poole is in now with Winder. 2nd down 5. Elway going to throw his first pass. Elway almost has it intercepted as Anthony Griggs had it in his hands and flat stuffed it. Here's that Eagle defense. Up front, they're as good as they come. Dennis Harrison, the big fellow at left end, who also shielded that last pass. Kenny Clark, a great tackle, and Carl Hairston, he's a comeback guy this year, too. Jody Schultz, the rookie. Jerry Robinson, the leader. Anthony Griggs, formerly of Villanova and Ohio State, and Joe Williams, the team from Atlanta. Ronell Young-Edwards, good experience there. Randy Logan, and the rookie from SMU, Wes Hopkins. Winder and Poole in there. Single back, Peros. Elway got time, dumps it off. I think Jim Wright made that catch, a little bit of a delay and comeback. Wilson came up and made the tackle.
One of the things that they're doing with Elway is they're throwing a high percentage pass. It's an easy pass to throw with a tight end coming across the screen, number 87. It's short pass, but not enough for the first. But you never know. Maybe they're just doing that to get his confidence up, as we said.
And keep in mind that Philadelphia plays straight vanilla 34. They don't blitz a lot, and he did have time to throw that pass. Prestridge, the young kicker, the Baylor Bear, is back there. He's a big horse, and he's a good punter. Hoover is back to take the kick for Philadelphia. Here's Prestridge. Oh, this is a big one. There's a 4-6 hang time on this. Hoover at the 27. Hoover gets back to the 25. Good coverage by Denver. Dennison down under that kick. A 44-yard punt. Boy, I'll tell you one thing. We got ourselves a ball game, Waters. You better get taped up. This is my old teammate, the Swamp Fox. He's been a head coach at Atlanta, but he's took over an Eagle team that's a good ball club, and he's the one that went down and saw Michael Haddix and put the clock on him personally, didn't he?
Spent a lot of time in Mississippi this offseason. 4 boys from Mississippi playing on their team this year. Said that Haddix weighed 231 pounds, and he ran a 4.540, under 4.5.
That's a scary thing. Now, if he can just hang on to the ball for a while. First down and 10 for the Eagles. Haddix is that remaining back. Fake inside. Jaworski. Oh, open tackle. 6'8" Harold Carmichael slides to the 46-yard line. Tommy Jackson there. This guy just rolls on like the river, doesn't he?
Boy, he's really a pro. Great pro's pro.
What about when you played against him? What did you guys try to do? Get in his face?
Got a little step ladder. No, we tried to butt him in the face as he came off the ball, hoping it was because of those long legs he wouldn't be able to get downfield very fast.
Look at in the fourth quarter, the Bears and the Saints, 24 all. The toss back to Haddix. Haddix holds on to the 48-yard line as Gradishar makes another tackle. A couple of more scores now with a second game, you know, and there's a lot of hot action. Look at this. San Francisco 42, St. Louis 20, and they're still in the third period. 62 points, and it's not over. Atlanta beating Detroit in the third period, 27-14. Falcons may be back yet. That Detroit's supposed to have a club. All tied, Rams and Green Bay. Woo! Fourth quarter action. Kansas City trailing Washington now. That was one-sided for a while. Oh, here's Haddix, gets to midfield and drags for a yard. Great effort by Michael Haddix as Steve Busick and friends like Gradishar, Foley, and others stood him up. Boy, they're a good tackling ball club. I'm impressed with that Denver defense.
Well, they felt like that to beat the Eagles today that they had to stop the running game, although Jaworski threw for over 300 yards last week. Was a great week. They felt as though that to win today they had to stop the running game.
Haddix is wearing an old teammate's number of mine, Clarence Peaks, number 26. Looks like he's going to be a great running back. Al Dixon is in at the tight end spot. Jaworski's trying to go over. It's batted away and knocked Barney Chavis. I believe Chavis got a hold of it, or Don Latimer. Big pass rush on number 7.
They've won their 2 games this year on strong defensive efforts, things like that. That's why the fans here in Denver are so fired up when they stop them on 3 or 4 downs.
Well, Stan Jones has a bunch of wild men playing the line, and they do come from different angles. They don't play that 34 straight, do they?
No, they have a lot of different blitzes, and they bring in those defensive ends, 2 extra fresh defensive ends in the 4-0 situation, in the pass situation.
Zach Thomas back to take Runninger's kick. He's fair catching at the 3-yard line. Oh, what a hole. The young man, a free agent rookie. Wow. He's put Elway in a jam. First quarter action, 7:31 left. Don't go away now. How's your old buddy doing as a head coach? This is the third season for him now.
He's not reading any newspapers up here, Tom. The press were on him pretty hard. They're calling the Denver Cowboys. You notice that Denver's wearing white this week.
I noticed that's quite a problem around here. By the way, they had 17 featured stories for this team after they played Baltimore, so the pressure is really accentuated. Elway's second series, and the backs are in the end zone. Here's the counter play coming out. Is Peros. Pretty good little counter play. Flag is down. Little counter move as Elway tries to get some room to breathe. 75,153 here.
You'll see a lot of trapping and a lot of counters like that because the offensive coordinator, offensive line coach, Radakovich from Pittsburgh, is taking over the Denver line. Talking to Marion Campbell, he says, well, we're playing Dallas's pass offense.
Number 76, offense. Repeat first down.
Playing Dallas's pass offense and Pittsburgh's run offense.
Lanier was the guilty party, that tackle on holding. There's other scores. Atlanta beating Detroit rather easily, 30-14. Rams losing to Green Bay. The Packers come back again late, 27-24. Elway now with a yard between him and the safety. Elway, handoff. Winder gets to about the 3.5-yard line. And these two defenses, while wearing different colors and all, they are very similar. Carl Hairston over there, the big fella. What a great 6th-round draft choice this guy was. Number 78.
This is the way it looks if you're an offensive running back. Little trap play, number 60, Paul Howard leading the play, and Winder cutting back. A dangerous play running across the backfield that close goal line, Tom.
Especially with all those guys looking for you. Second down, call it 10. Here's the draw play. Winder trying to get outside. Does. Now he's being gang tackled, smothered at the 4.5-yard line.
Philadelphia swarming on defense. See, just by the pursuit right there, that's a good indicator of where they're coming from this year. Jerry Robinson, 56 right there, led the tackle on the pursuit.
Final score, Buffalo winning again, 28-23. Cush must really be unbearable this afternoon. Pittsburgh, 40-28. The Steelers give up points but score too much for the Oilers. That last play, Robinson seems to like the responsibility of calling the defensive plays and all, doesn't he? Don't you think?
Oh, yeah. When we visited with him yesterday, he was really fired up, and he liked that challenge of being the captain on the field, the Berkey backer.
Third down play facing John Elway. Elway with a lot of time, sets up. Oh, a beautiful throw. He hits Jim right in the numbers, right on the 87, and Carl Hairston was draping around the quarterback. I'll tell you, John Elway can flat throw it.
Well, he hummed that one, but it was short of the first. Their third down efficiency is very poor in these first two games. They're 22%, and they're 0 for 2 today.
Remember what Reeves said, though? If we're just patient and don't foul around and try to get it all at once, we feel like that the Eagle defense will give us a little bit that we'll try to take advantage of.
Well, he stressed patience throughout the day, and he also stressed field position, and they are backed up right now.
Prestridge is 5 yards deep in the end zone, and you're looking at Hoover. Young man's back on the Eagle 41. Bishop is the snapper, the best in all of football for punts and field goals. This is not a good punt. It's a good low punt. Hoover takes it to 45. Hoover to the Denver 43-yard line before he's upended. Aston Poole made the tackle. Flags are down. It's going to be a receiver releasing too fast, coming down for the Denver coverage.
That was a poor punt. Prestridge has punted the ball 19 times in the first two preseason games. Contrasted to Philadelphia, Runninger's only punted 7 times.
That's true, but with the offense stalled out there, you're looking at the swamp box.
Ineligible downfield, number 59, kicking team. Penalty declined, 1st and 10.
A good run back by Hoover, so obviously the Eagles will take it in Denver territory. And the offense is in the huddle as swamp box wants Dick Wood to get the yards and, of course, some points. We'll be back in just a moment. A beautiful, tranquil sky here in Colorado, but down here at Mile High Stadium, it is wild. 5:03 left in the first quarter. No score in our game, but it's heating up right now. Elsewhere in overtime, the Bears with Galt scoring 2 touchdowns, 31-all with New Orleans. Jaworski quickly out now to take advantage with a good first down position. Handoff to Haddix, running laterally. Haddix turned back. Powerful run inside the 40 to the 38. Reuben Carter had to come from the nose tackle to make the stop.
Haddix is a big runner. When we spoke to Billy Matthews, the offensive backfield coach for the Eagles, said he had a little hitch in his get-along when he first started because he's got that from a wishbone type of attack, and they're straightening it out. He runs a little tentative at times.
A hitch in his get-along, huh? You want to remember that one. Here it is after a 5-yard pickup by Haddix. 2nd down 5. Jaworski, a lot of time, going deep. Oh, the defender has fallen down. Touchdown. White, who simply turned and fell down.
Boy, he's added an extra dimension to their attack. He's so very fluid.
We were going to ask the All-Pro Louis Wright the last time he was beaten for a touchdown, but I've never seen him fall down, ever.
His little hitch and go about 10 yards down the field. Boy, I know Jaworski's glad to see this. They haven't been able to cash in with a beautiful pass. We couldn't see what happened to Louis Wright on the play, but Mike Quick can get it quick.
Good throw by Jaworski. He cleaned it off and made sure. A touchdown pass. You take them as they come, I guess. Tony Franklin out of the hole by Jaworski. It's good. The Broncos, who haven't given up a touchdown passing this year, only one against the defense anyway, is suddenly stunned.
This is the coach's angle. Coach Dan Reeves is seeing it from this angle. The first 7 points, well, the second touchdown his defensive team has given up this year. I'm sure Jaworski saw the back fall down and just lay it up. Score 7-0 at Denver.
Pass, the second of the year for Ron Jaworski, and with 4:18 left in the first period, the Eagles are on top. And the Bronco crowd is a little stunned. Tony Franklin hooks it deep in the end zone. Zach Thomas touched it down 5 yards deep. The other scores around the league. Gosh, we've got some crazy ones today. Kansas City falling down now as the Redskins came on late as they did last week against Philadelphia. It's 27-12. The Super Bowlers win it. 28-23. Buffalo winning their second game in a row. Pittsburgh getting a lot of points, but giving up quite a few. 40-28 over the Oilers. And the Giants, in a battle, of course, in your place, Charlie Waters, out in Dallas, lead 3-0 on that field goal. Minnesota on top of Tampa, 7-0. Elway starting from the 20, handoff. Harris outside. Oh, he hit hard at the 24-yard line. Jerry Robinson up quickly, and Herm Edwards helping on that tackle. The problem last week, and has been, is Elway trying to get the plays off before the 30-second clock is gone. Now, this is the information he has to take from somebody that brings in the message and give to the rest of the huddle.
Well, it sounds red right, eagle rover opposite, firepower 49, wing GO rover, bootleg special left. He has to say it twice, give the count, and say ready break, and then try to read the defense.
And some tackle may say, I didn't get that. It's tough, though. We'll show you how they've tried to simplify that. Now, there's the saying we're talking about. With 4 seconds on the 30-second clock, Elway was confused.
That's one of their big goals going this game. It sounds kind of crazy, but they just wanted to get some plays off. And one of the ways that they simplified it was to have that guy right there, Steve DeBerg, give hand signals to Elway before the play snap. They'll send in a guy with the running play with the actual calls to play on the numbers on the play, but the hand signals will set the formation. Reeves thought of that on the way home on the flight when I think he had 4 delay of the game penalties last week against Baltimore. Because the signals are given, the red area right there is eliminated. So now all he has to call is firepower 49, wing GO, rover, bootleg, special left, which still sounds like a lot.
Sure does. It's so much that he just called timeout again. What you don't want to do is burn timeouts early in the second quarter or first quarter that you maybe need to try to get on the board with. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate Reeves' patience in this situation.
Well, he has, as you mentioned, a lot of patience. You see how Radakovich is studying what the
What's he studying?
Polaroid pictures of what the Eagles defense is doing.
Looks like a bombing run of World War II or something. What's he up to? Sophistication. That's the name of the game in 1983. Second down and 5. Elway's pretty casual, though. Don't count him out of anything. Straight drop. He's being chased by Harris. The move and throws it through the hands of Poole. He just threw it right through Poole's hands, and Watson made a dive for it, but really didn't have a chance.
He's moving around the pocket well that time, Tom. Yeah, that's one of the things when you start off as a quarterback, you don't get to see. It's hard to see downfield because you're looking at the on rush. You can see him setting up in the pocket and see if he feels the pressure from the inside.
Wow. Bigfoot Harrison.
From Harrison coming in, and he moves over and buys a little time. Seems to be throwing the short routes, forcing the short routes every time instead of throwing the ball downfield.
That was catchable unless it's thrown at 100 miles an hour.
He throws that ball hard.
Notice on the shotgun sometimes how Elway moves them around. Here he is from the shotgun on 3rd and 5. Elway being trapped and knocked down. A sack. the Eagles put the 4 down linemen, and they did come. I think Bigfoot Harrison got there along with Brown, Harvey Armstrong, and Greg Brown in there. And Elway's done for the 8th time in the early season here.
Great play by Dennis Harrison, 68. You have about 3.2 seconds to throw. And Elway should have got this ball off. The persistence on Dennis Harrison right there making the play. He had a great year last year, the only Pro Bowler on the Eagles squad.
Good spin off by a guy that's 6'9" tall and 280. Prestridge back for another kick. He's kicked 3 times already. Hoover with a good run back behind him is going to try to run this one back. Oh, this is a big one. It's a 5-second punt. Hoover at the 25. At the 30. Hoover to the 33-yard line. As Jackson makes the tackle there. A 57-yard punt by Prestridge. Boy, the special teams for Denver are good. Their kicking game, it looks to me to be very solid.
Well, Prestridge led the league last year and was all-pro with a 45-yard average punting.
Said he's not too swift on foot, though. Prestridge the punter, right?
What you say when he was in baseball, you hit the ball off the wall and stop at first base?
He starts shutting down the engine at first base. But you knew it was only a single. Jaworski now with a 7-0 lead with that touchdown pass already in the books. Here goes quick in motion. The toss back to Haddix. Haddix in a hurry. Gets to the corner. Louis Wright jumping on him there. There's a flag down. Foley and Wright made the tackle. I believe they're going to call an illegal tackle. That was an inadvertent call if they did grab the thing. You know, Haddix is deceptively fast. He does get there faster than he looks like he is. Face mask again, huh?
They didn't look like a flagrant call. They really like the way Haddix runs. They're just going to keep giving him the ball. Of course, they're missing an awful lot without Wilbert in there. Wilbert Montgomery.
He may play. Wilbert is here and dressed. I can't believe that.
Face mask, 5-yard penalty. Number 20, defense. Repeat, first down.
Louis Wright inadvertently grabbed the face mask.
But he didn't mean to.
You guys in Dallas were taught to tackle that way, weren't you? Louis Wright.
Well, you didn't even have face mask when you were playing it.
We didn't tackle either. First and a short yard. Inside handoff. Whoa! There's a first down as Michael Haddix put his head down, and no little giddy-ups that time. He put the head down and got it.
Well, I like the way that the Eagle offensive line is moving the Broncos off the ball, right up the middle. Kinney and Morris and Baker.
A word from other games as you see the damage that Haddix is doing. Franco Harris had 115 yards on 26 carries. The Broncos held him to 24 yards 2 weeks ago. First down pass play. Jaworski going to the flat. Haddix. Oh, good tackle. Good tackle by Randy Gradishar. What a play.
That's a shot of Busey. There's a shot of Wilbert Montgomery right there. He's had a bruised knee. He wants to play today, and he thinks he can play. But I think they'll probably keep him out. He thinks he can. Of course, a good back, as always, says he's ready to go.
But he says he has to be the one that says he's ready, and then he'll play. I think he may come in a passing situation if the Eagles would need him. Second down 10 on the 46-yard line. Oh, here comes the blitz. Jaworski. Hubie Oliver, a first down, and a flag is down. And the whole secondary jumped on Oliver. Jim Ryan, the first fellow to get there, the linebacker.
Hubie Oliver, Coach Billy Matthews says that he does everything right. Now, is that a great compliment to say about a guy?
Boy, that's the truth. A 10th round draft choice a year ago and coming back off knee surgery and doing a good job.
Average 4.4 years his first year in the league.
Let's see what the call is. Jaworski is representing the offense in this case. Prosecution.
Illegal use of the hands. Number 79, defense. Penalty declined. First and 10, Philadelphia.
popular decision. Barney Chavis must have used probably the head slap or something, which once in a while does happen on that line of scrimmage. I think Reeves agrees with the officials. First and 10. They move the sticks. Eagles controlling the tempo with 1:08 left.
Eagles, good strong drives here.
Ron Jaworski. Out in the flat, that's Haddix. Haddix with the speed, beats Busick to the corner, and Michael Haddix gets to the 25-yard line. He just ran around Busick, the linebacker. Foley and Dennis Smith finally tackling him.
Well, it was a great read by Ron Jaworski, and he throws a nice soft touch pass out to the flat. He sees immediately that there's isolation of Busick, 58. Steve Busick trying to close in on Haddix. The ball, he's already caught it, turns upfield. No chance for Busick to make the play.
Remember what Swamp Fox Campbell told us yesterday? He said, we drafted speed in Haddix. I can teach somebody to block, but I can't teach speed. Jaworski from the eye. Haddix making a quick move, gets dumped. That's Orange Crush defense. Chavis, boy, does he play the run.
Barney Chavis, 79. Closing the hole right there on Haddix. He's 11 years in the league. He's still playing like a rookie.
Played against you at Super Bowl 12. That's the end of the first quarter. And Wilbert Montgomery, number 31, has come into the Eagle lineup. The Birds are on top, 7-0, but Denver scores late. This city has 20,000 people waiting to buy tickets to attend games in this stadium. It is a beautiful ballpark, natural grass. It was about 78 degrees and only 30% humidity. It is flat perfect. Wilbert Montgomery is in the lineup, number 31. He ain't big unless you try to play against him.
Boy, he's a hard runner for 5 years. He's led the team, 6 years he's led the team in rushing, and he's used the receiver an awful lot.
He had 50 catches one year and 49 the next, back in 80 and 81. He is a great pass receiver. He has been hurt since the Green Bay preseason game. That was game number 3. Jaworski got Montgomery out of the backfield. Going for Carmichael. Louis Wright and Carmichael battled for the ball, and there is a flag down on the 30. It's going to be holding against Philadelphia. Jaworski's down. Jaworski having trouble getting up. He is tough. Make no mistake that if he can possibly stay there, he will.
He hadn't missed a start. He's been with Philadelphia. Well, maybe that's why they only have two quarterbacks on their depth chart. All out blitz. You see the two linebackers, 58, right in the middle of your screen. Busick. Well, what happened? Didn't look like he got hit till late. He must have fallen on something, fallen on his arm wrong.
Looks like somebody was underneath him and he sort of stumbled and fell over him, didn't he?
Well, he called for the trainer as soon as he was on the ground. He must have known that he was hurt a lot worse than...
Otho Davis.
Holding. Number 76, offense. Repeat, second down.
Jerry Sizemore holding at offensive right tackle as Otho Davis takes Ron Jaworski, number 7, out. Pisarcik comes in. Joe is 8 for 10 for 101 yards. He's got a touchdown pass, no interceptions, and is a good reliever.
Well, he did the same thing that DeBerg did for Denver. He brought to Philadelphia from behind to win the first game of the year against Washington.
Second down. And 19. A fumble, let's see. There's a pile of players, and Denver's got it.
Well, you see those kind of things a lot in the NFL. You're sitting at home, you can't figure out why in the world can't the quarterback get a snap from the center. But he's a new quarterback in the game, and he's not used to maybe working, might be a little nervous. Eagles are leading 7-0 here.
Gradishar recovered it.
Chevy Tough is taking charge.
In Denver today, and not Baltimore or really anywhere else. He's been on the road for a couple. They've won their first 2 games on the road since 1960, the first year of the franchise. He is quite a young man. He's got big boy pads on, Charlie, those big pads, and the crowd is giving him a cheer. Great drop back. He's got time. Elway hammers it in. It's dropped at the 49-yard line. Jim Wright couldn't hang on.
You can ride a young quarterback and keep him in the lineup if you're 2-0. If they were 0-2 right now, I think you'd have a quarterback controversy here in Denver. He's moving around pretty good in the pocket and had some time. Sort of aim that ball. He says, when I aim it, I don't do very well with it. When I just fire it, it's more comfortable and it happens. But he's thinking about so many other things right now.
He's young, and this is a very sophisticated offense that Reeves has, no doubt about it. Here's the draw play. That's Poole.
Draw play.
We were talking to Jerry Robinson. He thought Poole was one of the hard-working hitters that he's seen on the films and didn't look forward to hitting him, did he?
Well, he's only, what, 5'7"?
Yeah.
Maybe 5'6"? Had a little bit of a weight problem. He weighs about 212 pounds. Doesn't sound like much, but when you squeeze it into a 5'7", 5'9" frame, tough to tackle.
That's like a caterpillar running into you. Ron Jaworski has a scraped elbow and will return. That is what we are told. So Jaworski's okay. Preston is in the lineup. A very good third down halfback. Elway going deep for Upchurch. Wow. Upchurch couldn't catch it. Elway just airmailed one beyond number 80. What an arm.
That was a nice pass, Brookie, but just a little too much adrenaline flowing on that throw. If he's been around the league a little bit longer, he'll know he read it well. He knew the guy was beat. Should have lofted it up and let the back run under it.
Maybe the altitude fooled him, huh? Hoover is back to take the punt. Ostrich on the 22-yard line. The punter has been busy. Hoover is back. A fair catch at the 18-yard line. Eagles maintain possession. Let's see which quarterback comes back on the field. It looks like Jaworski. Eagles have a 7-0 lead, and Denver wants to get it going. 32-27, they beat St. Louis, and St. Louis is supposed to have the new defense, right? 0-0, Minnesota and Tampa Bay before halftime. The overtime winner, by the way, New Orleans 34, Chicago 31. You saw that score there. Jaworski is back in the game. We told you he was tough. Wilbert Montgomery is back in the game. Jaworski back to throw, going deep. He's going for Mike Quick. He's open and can't reach it. Mike Quick ran right by Mike Harden and just couldn't quite run under the ball.
Beautiful pass, nice loft, long throw. Oh, Quick can get deep fast. He doesn't look like he's going that fast. He's got very deceptive speed. He's got long legs. He's a hurdler. He was a hurdler in college, and that guys with long legs have a tendency to be hurdlers. He's a track man, but I'm impressed with his ability to get deep.
He ran right by a good cornerback. Mike Harden, nobody runs by him. The ball, Bill Frio, my spotter, tells me, just went 60 yards in the air, and he threw it without any effort at all. But it's incomplete. Second down, 10. Handoff to Montgomery. First carry, Wilbert Montgomery stacked up after a gain of a couple of yards. Latimer and Jackson there. And now for an NFL Today report, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York.
Rookie, there were 4 minutes to go when Morton Anderson kicked this 41-yard field goal to beat the Chicago Bears in overtime. For New Orleans, their first overtime win, and how they'll celebrate on Bourbon Street. You'd enjoy that. Back to Brookie.
I would enjoy that. I'd love to go down on Bourbon Street. I'll be glad when they get the pavement finished, though. But the team is coming under Bum Phillips, no doubt about it. That 7-0 score, by the way, in case you just joined us, was a touchdown pass, a 38-yarder. Quick taking Ron Jaworski's pass in that first period. Gradishar coming to the sidelines for information. He'll go to Joe Collier's side, and Jaworski goes to Dick Wood.
Dick Wood, quarterback coach, a team from Atlanta last year. He's been a coach for a lot of great quarterbacks in the league.
Don't forget the NCAA right here on CBS Saturday. Ohio State against Iowa. Looks like the Hawkeyes got something going this year. Oklahoma State at Texas Aggies. Tulane at Kentucky, plus other regional action. So check your local listings. We're back on the campus, and it's fun here at CBS.
Texas A&M with that 12th man coverage.
And later on, the tradition continues. Notre Dame against Miami. Boy, that's be some football game.
Both teams lose their opening game. You know they'll be coming on playing hard against each other right there. At A&M deal, though, they got the 12th man. They have nobody on the football team covering kickoffs.
There's Dan Reeves watching Radakovich talk to the offensive line. Let's
clarify that a little bit. Nobody on the football team covers. They have people from the student body that covers the kickoffs.
Well, when I went to college, I was a student. The crowd is going crazy. 3rd down and 6. Shotgun. The flags are down. Illegal procedure. I believe Hubie Oliver might have rocked backwards and didn't get set for a count. Please remember from the shotgun, if the crowd...
Start, offense.
From the shotgun formation, if the crowd really starts yelling, as they are at Marion Campbell's team right now, the tackles and guards cannot even hear that because the quarterback is back about 7 yards.
You know, Hubie Oliver, the 34, was called on that. And he can move around and reset himself.
Ball start, number 63, offense, still 3rd down.
That explains that.
Ron Baker, the right guard. Hubie was going away from the line of scrimmage, so he was legal, huh? The crowd now becoming after. What a throw and what a catch by Quick. He came across the middle. Mike Quick hit immediately by Foley, and somehow he held on. It's going to be close to a first. They're going to move the sticks. That young man can take them on the inside and catch it.
Boy, I was really impressed with the way Jaworski fired that ball in there that time.
It sure quieted the crowd down. I remember in Miami a couple of years ago. Remember he went back in the huddle 3 times and then threw an interception, and the team seemed to have flattened out for the whole season. Good play. Hoover in motion. Montgomery behind it. Wilbert Montgomery. Oh, head-to-head at the 42-yard line. The 39-yard line as Dennis Smith came up, the big safety man, and met Wilbert right on the helmet.
Well, that's what he does so well for so many years. He's such a great straight-line runner. When he sees that hole, he fires through there. And now, as he's getting older, he's more susceptible to injuries because of that straight line. He runs straight up, too.
Did you like to tackle him? Or, I mean, was he a strong runner?
Oh, yeah, he's real strong. If you had a good angle on him, you could get him down. But running straight at him, he wasn't going to dodge it too much. He's going to run over you.
It's 2nd down and less than a yard. Wilbert Montgomery gets outside. He pulls Louis Wright to the 46-yard line. He ran to the open place.
You see that's right there, and having Haddix in the backfield and having Montgomery in the backfield. Montgomery, with his vision, his experience, was able to choose the hole to the outside and turned it up and got the yardage for the 1st down. Makes his decision quickly.
Here's the career the young man has that came from Abilene Christian with not much of a reputation. 515, then 1400, 700, 1500, 1220. And this is the first carries of 1983 for Wilbert Montgomery. The toss to 31. Oh, good play by Latimer. Number 72 beat his man and made a great tackle.
Big man, number 1 draft choice, 1982, has signed with the USFL, but still gets to play an awful lot, which is a credit to Reeves and the coaching staff here. He's almost like a lame duck.
Well, he and Reuben Carter come from the same school, don't they?
And they alternate starting positions each week. They really don't have a nose guard that starts. They have one guy alternating week in, week out.
Sounds democratic to me. 10:20 left before halftime. Second down 10. Here comes the blitz. Jaworski to Montgomery. It's no good. Busick came right up the middle against Jaworski and flushed the quarterback out.
So many blitzes in the NFL today. You'll see Busick coming in the right-hand side of your screen, 58, flushing Jaworski out of the pocket. Great job, George, to get the ball off, and the ball did bounce right there. We couldn't tell whether it was a completion or not. They called it wrong. Good call by the official.
Remember, this is a real grass turf, and the guys like to dive on it and catch on it. The crowd is going crazy. A lot of time, Jaworski. Oh, Quick again. Mike Quick at the 34-yard line as Dennis Smith and Foley both took shots, and number 82 can catch it in traffic.
He had a great offseason in Philadelphia. You'll see Jaworski set up in the pocket. He has plenty of time right here. Good protection by the Eagle offensive line. Moves up in the pocket, fires it down the middle. Watch the shot Foley hits on him. Quick holds on the ball. Boy, he's tough. He lifted weights. I got mentioned he had a great offseason working out, and that's the difference in his program this year.
He's only 190 pounds, 6'2". He's tough. 35-yard line. Straight handoff. Hubie Oliver still on his feet to the 22-yard line. Steve Foley making the tackle, and the Eagle offensive line is opening up some holes.
And they've got a great complement of having Montgomery in the backfield, running to the outside, and Hubie Montgomery running straight up the middle. Watch how Hubie come through this hole. Just how big that hole is right there. He turns it upfield, as we mentioned earlier, 4.4 yards average as a fullback. Well, that's a good average.
You can hear the crowd. Michael Haddix, number 26, is the deep back. Montgomery's out. There's Haddix. Steve Foley, the safety man. He's made 5 tackles already.
That's not a good sign for your safeties to be making tackles, Tom.
I wondered about that. You begin to think you're going to have to make all of them, and play action is tough, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. If you get up there and you have to stop that play at the line of scrimmage, and all of a sudden they fake the run and run right by him into the flat.
Sizemore and Walter, Baker, Kinney, and Guy Morris. That's the offensive line. Second down 8. Two seconds left on the clock. The Denver crowd gets a timeout used. It's 7-0 Philadelphia.
Is taking charge.
Jaworski burned the second Eagle timeout, so the Denver crowd has scored somewhat.
A lot of poise on Jaworski's part right there, though. You don't think that'll fire up this crowd?
The crowd, of course, their home opener, and they just love this football team. I've never seen a sports team, a professional sports team, completely absorbed by the community like the Denver Broncos. They're at it again. Here they come. Mike Quick and Carmichael to the bottom of your screen. Second down 8. Handoff to Haddix. Good block by Baker, and Haddix, drives to the 13-yard line. A good block by Baker coming out, and Harden had to make the tackle.
A powerful running back right there. That might be something that Wilbert Montgomery can't do. Because when he meets those backs like that, Haddix will fall forward with that power, 231 pounds that he has, and gets extra yardage. He was stuck right there short of the first down, and now he might have got it just because of that extra effort.
And Marion Campbell said if Wilbert comes back full-time, he'd like to move Haddix to fullback.
Well, that'd be two weapons in that backfield there.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you want 2 fresh tailbacks and keep Hubie Oliver in there playing that solid fullback, huh? It's short. What do you look for now? They got a down to waste, don't they? The third and short. Try to force them to kick the field goal? Do you gamble on defense? What do you do?
Oh, this is your typical short yardage situation. Everybody's going to be pinched in tight on defense, and they expect the ball to be going right up the middle. You know, one of the problems that Philadelphia's had is cashing in down here inside the 20-yard line. Can you get points? You got to come out of this deal with at least 3 points. They were in this situation last week and fumbled the snap on 3rd and 1 and came out with no points. So you either try to go for the big gain on the touchdown with a play action pass or up the middle and get the first down.
All right, short yardage. The numbers on total offense. Brookshier is in the game. Handoff. Haddix fumbles the ball. Randy Gradishar.
Brookie, I feel like the crowd, they feel like they're the reason why this happened.
Gradishar stripped him.
It looked like well, it was Gradishar, 53, and a great recovery on Mike Harden.
The Denver crowd has come to play. It's 7-0 Philadelphia. Brookshier with Charlie Waters. Charlie, here's that short yardage action you talked about.
You see the defensive linemen, they're pinched in. They'll just bury their heads and try to gain yardage. And you'll see Michael Haddix coming on the right-hand side of your screen. He'll be jumping over the line. And you watch 53 Gradishar strip him of the ball right through there. Well, I tell you, that's the type of defense you got to have to win ball games. And Denver hadn't even got a first down all day. It's their defensive team that does it for them. That's what's won it for them up to now.
Gradishar has announced his retirement after 10 years, never missing a game in a Denver uniform. And we can't say enough about him. 7-0 Philadelphia, but Denver has suddenly got the momentum. Elway, quick drop. Outside, Upchurch has it. Out of bounds at the 30. First completion. First down. Oh, not the first completion, but the first down via the pass by John Elway this game.
That's got to make him feel real good. Let's see how cool he is in this situation. He sets back. He looks over to the right, to a back in the flat, and then he decides to throw. And once he decides to throw, he fires it. There wasn't no aiming on that one. He put it on the money.
Well, John Hadle, the old quarterback with, of course, the Chargers and Green Bay, he said he's never seen a quarterback that brings all of the talent this kid brings to the game. Quite a comment.
From somebody that's seen many players as he had.
Elway, up to fumble. Incomplete pass. Incomplete pass. Jerry Schultz was there along with Roynell Young. Let's go back to New York. A missed extra point. Boy, Brent, you're right. Everything's happened that can happen on the NFL scene today. It all starts with the NFL today every Sunday, and we love it. This is some game. Elway back on 2nd and 10. The screenplay. He threw it right by Dennis Harrison. Bigfoot is so taped up he probably couldn't intercept it, but looked like the traffic was jammed up.
On a screen pass, Brookie, you got to sell that drop back pass. He's had 2 good completions, and he sets up in the pocket well the last 2 times. And now on the screen, you set up, and you try to sell the defense, and then you drift back.
See, Bigfoot had made so much penetration that Peros couldn't get to the ball. 3rd down, a tough call now for a young quarterback, for any quarterback. 3rd down and 13 against this defense.
No first down conversions on 3rd down situations.
The nickel defense is in. Flags are down as Jack Fetty is the man in the black and white shirt that caught Denver doing something wrong.
Full start, 60 offense.
60, big Paul Howard. Must have moved a knuckle on the line of scrimmage. The good Lord only knows how you can maintain your cool on that line of scrimmage.
Full start.
I wonder.
Number 60 offense, still 3rd down.
I wonder if the crowd went against him on that play. Because the crowd was yelling.
Could have. A 3rd down now, and call it 18. And John Elway is back in the Denver shotgun. Sampson, the rookie from San Diego State, is in there. He's a good receiver. Elway going outside, almost caught by Clint Sampson. Herm Edwards was there. Elway looks undaunted.
Well, he looked a lot better on that series than he has all season. You see how much poise he has in the pocket right here. Yeah, they're starting to protect him a little bit better. You know, Philadelphia's not a blitzing team. They might start blitzing if he keeps throwing it. That ball was thrown nicely. Should have thrown it. If he'd thrown it right to the man, it had been intercepted.
Ray Ellis was the defender. I mistakenly thought Herm Edwards was there. Prestridge now with the numbers. His fifth kick coming up, and Hoover's waiting. This has become a duel between these two. Oh, here's another good punt. Hoover's going to take it at the 29-yard line. Hoover cuts back inside. Now he's ganged up on and dropped somewhere around the 35. Keith Bishop, the snapper, was down quickly. And so it has heated up. 75,153 plus the teams are playing. It's 7-0 Philadelphia. 8 yards of punt. And that's all a part of a championship football team. The special teams, the field goal kicking, etc., etc., etc. 7-0 Philadelphia. Jaworski with the ball in the 35, and the crowd becoming more animated all the time. Jaworski, quick drop. Going outside, Mike Quick. Boy, does he run good patterns. I mean, this is a great secondary he's playing against. I've watched them get down and solo on people and stop them, and this young man just running good patterns.
Right-hand side of your screen, 82. Mike Quick running against Mike Harden. You don't even see Mike Harden in the picture, 31. He shows up late. You know why he's so far off of him? Because Quick's gone deep 2 times in the ball game on him already earlier.
That does make you stay home a little bit,
Give him a little bit of a cushion.
Tom Brookshire with Charlie Waters. What a good football game. That's Quick in motion. Inside goes Oliver. Hubie Oliver, piling over people, goes to the 42. His nickname is Rockman. That's because he loves to blast big defensive ends from the blocking stance.
And he runs the ball well, too. Look at the way he dances when he goes through this hole. This is a shot from the defensive linebacker side. Looks like they're going to the left, and Hubie just kind of skips through that whole little side step.
Like the Eagles might have caught him stunning that time with a little funny blitz, huh?
Could be.
Second down and 4. Handoff, reverse to Haddix. Haddix has a blocker out in front. Haddix stumbles and falls, and there is a yellow flag. In fact, there are 3 flags. Tommy Jackson made the tackle. Kenny was out in front and might have cut somebody illegally. Radishar was blocked.
Philadelphia will run those reverses and end runs just to pick up 4 or 5 yards. They're not necessarily trying to get a big play out of it. That was just enough for a first down, but they got holding on.
Especially a defensive team that chases quickly and is very aggressive. You can do that sometimes, huh?
You get those linebackers that read and pursue quickly. Misdirection plays where it makes you think you're going in one direction and come back the other. You can get 4 or 5 yards at a clip, and that's a good gain on first down.
Here's Gordon McCarter now, the man that's in charge.
Holding, number 84, offense, repeat, second down.
Vito Cab, the big Penn State tight end, at the point of attack. He must have had trouble with Chavis and decided just to grab him. All even in penalties. Second down and 14. A lot of changing around by the defense. Jaworski held his gun. Here comes the blitz. That's Hubie Oliver. There's a flag on the field. Oliver gets to the, call it the 38-yard line. Jackson pushing him out. The Eagles are clapping their hands. Aha, no. It's against the Eagles. Looked like pushing, huh?
The green team's going backwards. It's a big drive for him after turning the ball over in plus territory, that 20-yard line in on the series before.
There's the Swamp Fox.
Pass interference. Number 26, offense. Repeat, second down.
All right. Let's go to the NFL Today report now, and Brent Musburger in New York. Wow. Man, they're giving them quick calls in this league, huh? The poor defensive players. Second down, 25. Jaworski to Haddix. Haddix to the 47-yard line. Busick hanging on with help from Roger Jackson. Pretty good nickel defense that time. Joe Collier's the defensive coordinator and might be one of the best ones around.
And Dan Reeves gives him all the credit on their defensive team. Jansen said he doesn't even know what's going on the defensive team during the ball game. Doesn't care because Collier's such a great coach.
And of course, on the other side, Marion Campbell, he just goes to the defense and he doesn't know what happens on offense.
But I bet he tunes in a little bit to it, doesn't he?
Delegation of authority. You're right. They know really what's going on. Melvin Hoover's in the game now. It's shotgun time. 3rd and 15. Jaworski going up for Hoover. Oh, off the hands of Hoover. Louis Wright making a great defensive play.
Jaworski, instead of trying to get the first down right here, goes for broke, tries to get all of it, throws it, hangs it up way high. A good recovery by Louis Wright coming in the screen, number 20. You can tell he's a good defensive back. Goes for the interception instead of going for the knockdown. Boy, that's a great angle right there.
Boy, I'll tell you, Andy Kendall, our director in the truck, just picked out a gem there. That's the way he used to play that ball. It's just beautifully done.
Excuse me?
Max Runiger to punt. That's Max, number 4. And Zach Thomas is back on the Denver 11-yard line. Oh, my gosh, this is a tremendous shot. Runiger heading for the corner. It looks like he may have knocked it down. Call it the 7 or 8 yard line. A tremendous coffin corner punt by Max Runiger. Boy, we've seen some good football. And now all 45 players on squads are involved. Sometimes when I played, we only had 25 guys that were still walking. The Sunday doubleheader starts with the NFL Today up in New York, and then it's St. Louis against Philadelphia, where we'll be. And then New Orleans goes against Dallas. Wow, that's going to be a good game. Second game, the Rams against the Jets. And who knows what the Jets are going to do from week to week. Atlanta and San Francisco. They may score 100.
Boy, L.A. is really something out there with Dickerson, isn't it?
He fumbles a lot, but he scores a lot, too.
He's a straight-up type runner.
The kind we like to tackle. 1st and 10. Elway on play action. Coming across. Winder gets drilled by Griggs. And Herman Edwards.
But what a play call, Brookie. Here's a guy under all this pressure. Hadn't done anything in the first 2 games. Here he drops back in his end zone on a play-action pass and fires out in the flat. How in the world can you play like that?
And he really faked it well. Nobody even put pressure. He faked it so well.
He fired in there. He's on a roll. Maybe this is that little extra that he needed to turn it around.
There's a battle. San Diego on top of Seattle, 14-7. San Diego works late, quickly. 2nd down, 6. Handoff, reverse. Upchurch. Rick Upchurch with the ball. Upchurch to the 21-yard line. 1st down, Denver.
Boy, he's an exciting player when he gets the ball. He's the all-time NFL leader in punt returns and in scores from punt returns.
The main thing about him, too, he's cleaned his act up, you know. He takes a drug test 3 times a week on his own to show the Broncos that I am straight, and he is ready to have a big, big year.
Dan Reeves said it's a joy to coach him this year as compared to years past.
A 1st down reverse by Rick Upchurch. Elway to Winder. Winder gets a good block. Oh, now he's hit hard at the 20. Sammy Winder really got circled up as Kenny Clark and the troops came out and did beat on him like a drum.
Great recognition by the Philadelphia defense. That's a good shot of Danny Reeves. They were wondering, even had an article in the paper here, why Dan Reeves won't smile on the sideline. He said, well, It's hard to smile when you're thinking. Do I have to smile when I'm thinking?
It's hard to smile when you're thinking. There are the Denver coaches. That's John Hadle to the far right in the baseball cap. He's never been upstairs before, and John's not so sure he likes it, but he does a great job up there. Steve Watson now is to the bottom of the screen on 2nd down 10. Here's the handoff to Winder. Chased by Jody Schultz. Picked up by Clark. The Eagles have the ball at the Denver 5.
That's what we talked about at the top of the show, Brookie, is a dominating defensive team. That's what Philadelphia has had to have in the past to win championships, and that's what they've got to do now to win championships. Now the key is, can Jaworski and the offensive team pop it into the end zone?
What did Robinson call Jody Schultz? They call him the
body snatcher.
The body snatcher. He's strong.
Boy, what speed and agility to get over from the other side. And I bet Ken wished he could have picked that ball up a little cleaner. He had a chance to get it in the end zone right there, Ken Clark.
Kenny Clark, one of the great nose tackles. But
Boy,
what a thrill.
What a great pursuit. Look at this angle down here. You're the defensive back. Herm Edwards coming up. Bishop makes a good block on him, but what pursuit by the line. That's the strength of their team, the linebacker.
Wilbert Montgomery is in with 2:08 left. The Eagles have to cash in. Wilbert Montgomery to the goal line itself, but no touchdown.
Well, he showed a little power there, and then we talked about earlier that he couldn't power over people like Haddix. So he low to the ground, that low trajectory.
He hurt his knee against Green Bay on the 3rd preseason game. Looks like he's back. We'll find out in just a minute. The preceding message was brought to you by the National Football League and Temple University, where Steve Watson used to play his collegiate football. Don't forget the NFL today at halftime. Brent and Irv with the scores and highlights. And, boy, they've got a rack of highlights to show you. And a look ahead at Notre Dame, Miami. That has been a classic, really almost intersectional rivalry for the last 20 years. The NFL today at halftime. Haddix is in the game. Haddix gets the ball. I don't believe Michael Haddix picked up a foot. He ran right at Reuben Carter and Latimer, and I don't believe he got an inch.
I mentioned this earlier. They've come back and given the ball to Haddix after he's fumbled twice in this ball game. He fumbled down there last time, and they gave it to him again. And that's really good for the kid's confidence, if he holds on.
If he scores a touchdown. 1:48 on the clock, and it's ticking. Failure to take advantage. Early, you can punch yourself out. It's 3rd down 1. Carter tackling.
I don't know if you can see it, but Jim Ryan, a strong side linebacker, number 50, watch him penetrate underneath the block of Hubie Oliver and make the tackle on 26 Haddix. Of course, Jim Ryan's come in and has replaced the injured Bob Swinson. Boy, that was a great play and held the Eagles a chance for 3 points anyway.
And the great thing is, if you're looking at it from the Denver side, is that you have taken away the touchdown, and you'll settle for 3 now. What a defensive stand. That was really good professional football.
And this is what they were talking about yesterday at the hotel, Brookie. Is, boy, we've got down in that plus territory. The plus territory for the football terminology people is a 20-yard line in. That's when you get ready to score those points. Philadelphia has not been able to cash in. You got to when you get down there, get points. Get at least 3, which they still have a chance to get here. But you get first and goal on the 6-yard line, you would think you'd get 7 out of the deal.
That's true. And remember now, Franklin is 5 of 7 this year. This will be from about the 8-yard line, so it'll be an 18-yard field goal. The short ones.
You can't see Ryan right now. There he is coming upfield, bowling up underneath Hubie Oliver, and makes a tackle on Haddix. Well, that was a great, great individual effort. You got to have individual effort. Somebody making a great play down the goal line.
Within that team structure, that's what that goal line stand is all about. This will be from the 8-yard line, an 18-yard field goal attempt. Tony Franklin, the barefooted kicker. It's fumbled. Jaworski throwing it away. Flags are going to be called. Illegal receiver downfield. And the Broncos have done it. Mecklenburg was right at Jaworski's face. The snap was not handled. And Tony Franklin thinks he might get another shot, but no way.
There is no foul. Number 78 had reported as an eligible receiver. Problem, Denver's football.
Then Denver will get the football from the 20.
It's not just the kicker that's important to this team. Here's a snap. It's a good snap. Jaworski the ball slipped out of his hand, it looked like.
The ball will not come out on the 20. I was in error. It will be, of course, a pass play attempted and failure, so it's going to be on the 1-foot line, it looks like, where the drive stalled. That's the wildest series of
Isn't
things.
that something?
Franklin never got a chance to bring the leg through. And that defense has kept the Denver Broncos in 3 games now.
How they do it, but from the Philadelphia side, how can you not score?
That's what they're going to try to find out. Elway. Oh, misdirection. Somebody did not get the formation correctly that time, and the quarterback just gets out over the 1. Briggs and Kenny Clark. What kind of shoulder pads is the quarterback wearing? Those look like those big boy pads that tackles wear, huh?
Quarterbacks that I played against used to wear those little teeny ones. Maybe they're planning on him getting sacked a lot, huh?
Look at the size, though. They come clear down and cover his sternum and everything.
Well, he's a big boy, 203 pounds. I guess we can't call him a boy. I mean,
no.
You're making $1 million a year, you're a man, aren't you?
You better be. The crowd might not be helping their quarterback now. They're in the end zone. He's calling timeout. The 30-second clock just expired as he got the tee up. That wasn't tee for Tennessee. That was tee for a timeout. That young man's in trouble down there. There's the Berg.
He's got the hat on, number 17. He's a great relief pitcher. He's come on.
Game, offense, still second down.
Well, I'll tell you, DeBerg came in that game against Baltimore, hits Watson with a couple of passes, and the first thing you know, it's Denver 2-0. And he does not get upset because he likes John Elway as a person, also as a player.
Well, he knows he can't do anything about the situation that's out of his hands, and making waves is not going to do any good for him. They don't really have a quarterback controversy here.
Elway just trying to get room and get to the halftime dressing room alive. Boy, the defense, the Denver defense, the orange crush of old is back. Philadelphia scored on a touchdown pass. Jaworski, the young Mike Quick. And then the Broncos put the D on them. We got another half to go, but this one is good. This is a good football game.
Strong defensive efforts by both teams, and a great scoring drive and deep pass by Jaworski and the Philadelphia Eagles. Kicking game and field position, big role in a big defensive game.
Still, the Broncos do have to come out with offense. I mean, to expect your defense to score is a lot. You've got to come out and get something on the board offensively, huh?
They still, I don't think, they might have 1 third-down conversion for Denver. One thing I did like about what I saw this half, though, is that Elway had some poise in there in that pocket that one series.
Okay, Tom Brookshire with Charlie Waters. We got a 7-0 game, Philadelphia. Don't forget, a look at Miami, Notre Dame. That's a classic, you know. Denver trailing Philadelphia. Tony Franklin is ready to kick off this second half. Zach Thomas and Steve Wilson, the former Dallas Cowboy, wait back on the goal line. It has gotten a little cloudy, darkened a little bit, and the crowd now is going to watch the game for a while, and then they will become involved again, I assure you that. You're looking at number 1, the barefooted fellow who has trouble reaching the end zone sometimes. But when he catches it, he can drill it out of sight. He caught this one. That's 9 yards deep in the end zone, fumble and touchdown by Zach Thomas. Elway was 6 of 12 passing, but only for 25 yards. A 4-yard average per completion won't get it in this league, will it?
No, it won't, Brad.
Tom, I'm Tom.
Hello, Tom. You said Denver only got 2 first downs. total yards for Denver is 40 yards and only 15 yards rushing for Denver.
Time of possession, 18:43, but Denver had the defense when they needed it. And
Turnovers.
They're not out of this game at all. John Elway, the starter, is still in there for this second half. The toss back to Sammy Winder. Winder cuts back in. The flags are down. Winder may have gotten a couple. Anthony Griggs making a tackle, and the flag was thrown right into a place where it might have been defensive holding.
Making all those rules hard on the defensive team, Tom.
Constantly. Tell you, when they moved the hash marks in to 23 yards, they made it tougher just sitting in the middle of the field.
Holding, number 71, defense, 5 yards, automatic first down.
Ken Clark, the fumble recovery man from the second quarter action, is nailed. He's a tremendous nose tackle. Charlie Johnson and he alternated. Charlie Johnson went to Minnesota, and Clark has become an all-star. First down. And 10. Second half action. Handoff to Poole. Poole stacked up at the 30-yard line. These defenses are so good, there are very few cracks to run in. That's Jody Schultz again, the East Carolinian, as they would say down there, the rookie. He was some good second-round draft choice, wasn't he?
Well, he really is. He said all through college he made more drops, pass drops, in one game than he did in 2 years of playing in college.
They used to send him all the time. There it is, fewest points, 6 seasons. We told you that. Boy, they're proving it. Watson and Upchurch to the bottom of the screen. There goes Rick. Elway back to throw on second down. Good throw to Watson. Watson to the 47. Herm Edwards making the tackle.
It's the first that we've seen of Steve Watson this afternoon. Poised by Elway in the pocket. Came out of the first half feeling pretty comfortable. Play action pass, fake the run, and fires it out there with authority.
Herm Edwards, the experienced cornerback, not wanting Watson to go up because he has a great up move. He had 100 and some odd yards against Baltimore. Here's the inside handoff, Sammy Winder. Sammy hit it midfield, and that's about where it stops. Just into Philadelphia territory. Anthony Griggs there. Boy, it looks to me like the Broncos have a little bit of zip on the offense right now.
Well, their passing game is pretty good, Bookie, but they're not getting anything on the ground. The pursuit of the linebackers, they have the defensive ends flexed as off the line of scrimmage. Maybe we'll get a chance to see that later on. Dan Reeves is not real excited about what's happening right now, although pretty good field position. Best field position they've had the whole game.
First time they've been there in Philadelphia territory. Elway. Good time. Oh, what a throw, knocked away. Roynell Young hanging on to Rick Upchurch. Do you think they like football here? Wow.
Rookie, they threw 4 flags on that play.
Pass interference. Number 43, defense, first and 10.
They're hard on those defensive backs. I mean, all you have to do is drop 1 flag. Drop 4 flags on them.
How could they all have been looking at Roynell Young trying to cover Rick Upchurch, huh?
Get a shot at what the defensive backs are doing. Just a straight zone coverage.
And they have alternate routes, so those receivers, if they get covered, they can go somewhere else. Here's Elway, quickly going. Now he's being chased. Look out, he can run with it. Elway. Elway still on his feet. Knocked down at the 9-yard line. Flags are down. Elway runs to the 8 and loses his helmet, almost his head. Wes Hopkins, the rookie from SMU, took his helmet off and hoped his head was in it.
Well, they'll do that, Brookie. They're calling a penalty on it. It shook him up.
But in all fairness, if the quarterback runs with it, he's got to get down. Get down.
Yeah. Did you ever go for him? He's smiling right now, and he smiles in that huddle. That's what they said about him when he first came in the huddle. In the first game, he's got charisma in the huddle.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, blow to the head, first down, goal to go.
I like that call, blow to the head. Boy, but that's your fair game. That's a pretty vicious hit.
I think he threw the elbow. I think it was a good call. Hopkins coming up to do whatever damage he can, and if a quarterback gets loose, you just get him any way you can. The Broncos are threatening to tie this ball game up. First and 10. Inside handoff. That's Peros. Peros inside the 5. Made a good move at the line of scrimmage. Griggs made the tackle. Good run by 24.
Same problem here by Denver. They've got to get points in this situation. It's the greatest field position they've had all day. Come out of this with at least 3 points. They're shooting for 7 right now. That's the best ground yardage they've got on first down in a while.
Reeves now. There's DeBerg to his right. Let's see if they're sending in formations or they've already done it. It's now second and goal from the 3.5-yard line. Poole is in. Winder has the ball. Kenny Clark throws Winder for a loss. Back to the 7-yard line. What a play.
When you get close to the goal line, that's what we said earlier about Jim Ryan. You've got to have one great individual effort. Boy, that was great individual effort by Ken Clark right here. See if he's head up on the center. Just beats the block by the guard, 54 Bishop. 71 Ken Clark making the play on Winder. Boy, that was a great play for a real big man.
Sign is a free agent out of Syracuse and has done nothing but play as hard as he can the first minute he put a uniform on in Philadelphia. This is a big play in this ball game, folks. 11:40 left in the third period, but this is a large one. Shotgun.
Delay of game.
The clock ran out. And Elway may have used a timeout and wasted one. If you're going to get called, you might as well not use the tee.
Well, the timeout doesn't count if the penalty comes in, overrules it.
Delay of game, offense, still third down.
They still have the timeouts then. Officially, they still have the timeouts, the 3?
Yes, they do. That timeout did not count.
Are you talking to somebody in New York? How do you know they still have the timeouts? Is Art McNally on your headset? All right, shotgun time. And look how the backs are going up near the line of scrimmage.
Showing blitz.
Elway, here comes the rush. They've got him. No, Elway gets away. He's in the grasp. That's a second sack by the Eagle defense as Greg Brown came around the horn.
Boy, I tell you, that was a great blitz. You know, we mentioned earlier that Philadelphia is not a blitzing team, but they sure sent the kitchen sink on that one.
How many players they had on the field? Looked like they had about 20.
I'm sure it looked like about 40 players to Elway. C-24, Ray Ellis coming in from the outside. He's the one that flushed him up into the pocket.
Don't tell me defense doesn't win games. Carlos now, he's 1 for 1 from 43 yards. This is from 35 yards, and it looks pretty good. He is 2 for 2. Young Rich Carlos puts the Broncos on the board, but a big defensive stand by Philadelphia. Wow. Put on your shoulder pads, and don't forget to wear your hat. It's 7-3. There's a study. Dan Reeves, the longtime Dallas guy now here in Denver and doing a great job in his third year, and Marion Swamp Fox Campbell, who's been an Eagle at heart, I guess, all his life. But we got a real bell ringer. This is young Carlos, barefooted kicker. It's almost out of the zone. Glenn Young is out on the outside part of the end zone. It's a good time to talk about Randy Gradishar, the 10-year All-Pro that from Ohio State that's done nothing but play well in Denver. And his own players made a very big commitment about making this a good season because of Randy Gradishar. Here's what he said.
Well, I've heard that, and I really consider that as the extreme compliment by a group of guys, you know, the whole club, or particularly the linebackers. I guess I read it in the paper. It said that they were making a little extra commitment this year because it was my last year. And so that's made me feel good. It's a great compliment on their part to me, and I really appreciate that, and it's going to make me play better, too.
What they're saying is they're honoring his standard of play and not so much of Gradisar himself. And boy, they slowed up that play.
There he was, a reverse action play, misdirection play with Wilbur Montgomery, and darn if Gradisar wasn't right in the middle of it. Somebody said up here in the booth we were talking about, if he'd have been in New York, he'd been All-Pro 10 years.
Watch the pursuit. There's 53 and there's 66. Bryson Manor. And a good close by 49, Dennis Smith.
It's second down and 10. Jaworski. Hubie Oliver behind it. Steep drop. Going for Mike Quick. It's through his hands. The young receivers caught everything, but that one went right on through. Jaworski getting up.
Jaworski was hit. I'd say it was a nice pass by Jaworski. That's the first drop we've seen by Quick today.
Harold Carmichael has been strangely silent.
He sure has. Maybe that's why Quick's been open so much. They might be doubling up on Carmichael.
Good point. Defensive backs do think the same strange way. That's just what I was sort of thinking. Jaworski's number is a good one. That touchdown is large indeed, right? Shotgun time. Glenn Young is in the game. The rookie. Oh, low snap. Jaworski with time. He drops it to Montgomery. Look out. Wilbur Montgomery got hit hard by Roger Jackson. But Montgomery did get up and walk off.
Some things happen on the outside you don't see very much of. Little pass across the middle. Watch the close by Roger Jackson.
Ooh.
Boy, he sniffed that play out and closed on Wilbur. Came out. That shows his knees must be in pretty good shape to take a lick like that.
Isn't that the truth? 3 punts, 45 yards average as Maxie Reniger has booted the ball hard today. Here he goes. Steps up. This is just an average kick. That's Zach Thomas at the 35. Thomas gets away from tacklers and somehow gets to the 44. Denver has the ball and the home crowd, and the Swamp Fox knows it.
Ford Truck Week is on now, the biggest Ford truck sale.
Here's some of the quarterbacks that have picked the #1 picks, at the time of the draft. Starting at the bottom, Gabriel and Tony Baker, Jack Kincannon, who actually played in Philadelphia, Bradshaw, Plunkett, Bradkowski, and a fellow named John Elway. And as you said, he's got $1 million in the bank, but that's pressure itself.
They picked Jack Kincannon in 1964 ahead of Joe Namath. The first guy picked in the draft is that little stat right there. Not first quarterback.
Your name and my name, they certainly were on that list. the numbers, the prolific, but not bad. He's under control. First and 10. Elway back on play action. Oh my gosh, he's going for it. He's got an open receiver. And Watson cannot get to it. There is no flag. Covered closely by Herman Edwards.
Boy, he gets that crowd excited, doesn't he? First down to throw that ball deep like that. Play action pass, face the run. He had his mind made up. He was going to throw it up there and let Steve Watson run under it. Nice high loft, but as I mentioned earlier, he throws a little too much of a line drive.
That's that inadvertent contact that they're allowing this year, that Edwards was going for the ball and did sort of hit him with a hip.
Yeah, they'll be changing that next year, won't they?
Boy, probably taking that away from the defensive back, too. Second down and 10. Elway being chased. He gets it off. Oh, he's got Upchurch. Oh, Upchurch. Rick Upchurch had it go on through on the 2-yard line. Edwards and Hopkins just watching. I don't see any flags, but what a throw. Now the crowd tells Upchurch it's all right.
Well, they're great. They love them around here. Great read by Elway on that play. He's picking up the last end of the route. Upchurch running the post route, and you can see the safety coming up close, and Elway reads it, throws it over his head. Wes Hopkins, 48, is responsible for that, but it's a great read by Elway to throw it to that man, and that ball was right on the money.
A 62-yard aerial dropped. Elway almost intercepted this time as Randy Logan dives in, almost came up with it. Winder was in the area. There's the old Pro Bowler, number 41, tight safety man. Nobody praises him except some of us up in the booth once in a while. Huh?
They say he's getting better with age. He started as a rookie, and he's been all-pro, and he's off to a great season this year.
What is Reeves saying to his quarterback now? You can't catch it, too? Or?
Yeah. I'm sure he ought to be complimenting him right there, because that was a real good series. And he throws the ball in the crowd on the next play. So comes with youth.
That's the young part. That's right. Presley's now kicking. Hoover, fair catching at the 15. Drops the ball. It's going to be close. No, the Philadelphia team came up with it. As soon as that ball gets in the air, the electricity runs through this crowd. It's incredible.
It's a factor in this stadium, and don't ever think that it isn't.
And I mean, everything in town is painted orange. You know, you can buy an 18-wheel truck and it's orange.
You own one, don't you?
Yeah, 7-3. I wish it had run. The crowd just did a sort of a syncopated cheer as every section stood up and cheered. And it is wild right now when the Eagles try to get the ball going. 8:52 left in the third. Montgomery, about 2 yards. Radishar, the tackler. What does syncopated mean? Is that?
That's a new one on me, Brookie.
Well, that's the way we do it. We're verbose, but we do have fun. What a game. Jaworski was knocked out for one play, came back in. Look at that score. Third quarter action. Dallas 14-13 over New York.
Minnesota 13, Tampa Bay 9.
Woo. Second down and 8. Radishar faking. Quick draw. Montgomery. Robert Montgomery for the 18. Radishar, other tackle along with Mike Harden. Radishar had 10 solo tackles against the Steelers on day one.
He hadn't missed a game in the 9 years he's been here. That's an incredible stat for a linebacker in a three-man front.
And a nice guy, which is really against the rules.
Seattle 27 over San Diego.
Well, that's an upset there, huh?
7-10.
Shotgun. Oh, low snap. Jaworski has it. Almost caught. Number 89. Glenn Young couldn't hang on. And the crowd is on its feet again.
They're showing their appreciation. They think they play a big role out here, and they really do, Brookie.
Runiger kicking to Rick Upchurch. And you know what he'd like to do.
It's the first one he's returned today.
Oh, this is a tremendous punt. Upchurch at the 30. Upchurch to the 44-yard line. Don't go away. A 51-yard punt, and Upchurch came back with it. It's 7-3. What you just saw was Rick Upchurch's 50-yard punt return, which makes him the all-time punt return leader. Number 80, the young man from Minnesota, and Denver does really love him. He's a great young man.
First guy in the history of the NFL to get over 3,000 yards returning punts.
God. Denver now, they got down close, and the Eagles blunted that attack in that third period, early in this third period. Elway's the quarterback all the way. The reverse handoff, Sammy Winder being chased and dropped right around the line of scrimmage. Warnell Young making the stop. Let's go back to New York, where Brent Musburger is there with an NFL update.
Brookie, a different kind of update. This one involves the America's Cup, and Australia, the second, has won for the first time in the competition, easily beating Liberty today. The United States boat still leading the best-of-7 series 2-1. They'll race again tomorrow. Let's go back to Brookie now in Denver.
I imagine that American crew is probably watching this game. All right, Brent, second down and 10. Elway, quick drop. That's right. Jim Wright has the ball. And first down, Denver. The sun comes out at the same time.
Jim Wright, 6-year man picked up from Atlanta, was cut by Atlanta. Dan Reese says they really don't have a dominant force of the tight end position. Heck, you got to throw to him, though. You got to see what they can do, and he fired that one out there to him.
Sure did. Riley Odoms was released the last day, the last cut-down day. The great Denver Bronco has gone home to Houston, but Jim Wright made a good one, his third catch of the day. The Eagles lead this series 2-1. They beat them on opening day in '80 when the Eagles went to the Super Bowl. Inside trap play, and Peros piles in behind Winder's block. Not much. These two defensive teams just are fierce.
They are really something. Good field position for the last two times by Denver. They've had it at the 44-yard line and the 45-yard line in the last two series. There's the leader of the defensive team in Philadelphia.
He's up to 224 or 5 pounds this year, playing what he calls the Bergie backer.
Yeah, he said he felt like Dick Butkus when he gained all that weight.
Inside, the leading tackler, he and young Griggs. Second down 8. Here's the play-action pass by Elway. Oh, what a throw to Rick Upchurch. Upchurch to the 16-yard line. And the flags are down. What a fake by Elway. Illegal motion, but I'll tell you, Elway put the ball in the fake, and everybody on the defense took it.
Beautiful fake and a rifle pass with authority. He's doing that a lot different. This is the best I've seen him do in all the games we've seen. He is really firing it in there.
Here he's getting the play sort of brought in.
Illegal motion, number 76, offense, repeat second down.
Kenley Lanier, young tackle from Florida State, might have gone a little early, but boy, some fake and throw. But it's no go. Penalties are pretty even. This game is even. Watson comes to the bottom of the screen. You're looking at John Elway, millionaire. Elway rifles, throws, catch, good by Upchurch. Oh, Upchurch got away from Anthony Griggs and then got back up, and Griggs somehow tripped up. Elway is throwing cork now.
He fired that ball by Anthony Griggs. He has no business throwing that ball. Anthony was so close to the play. He rifled it past him. See, we'll see it. You'll see on the upper right-hand side of your screen. He's looking over there all the way, just outside the reach of Griggs. Upchurch believes he can go all the way every time he gets up and tries to get yardage out of it.
Remember the last time, early in the quarter, Eagles stopped him, but this time Elway's got him humming. First and 10. The toss to Winder. Winder hit from behind by Dennis Harrison and finished off by Schultz.
That's a brand new formation right there, Brookie. They had the tight end split out right as they did on the play before when Wright caught that quick pass, and they ran the ball out to his side. There's a shot of Burge, 17. He just gave the hand signal.
What are they trying to do, run away from Randy Logan, the safety man, you think?
That's right, and spread out the defense, make the field bigger for those guys on the pursuit angles.
The pursuit by both defenses has just been fantastic. Elway, 9 of 18 for 74 yards. But no cigar yet, no TD. Intercepted by Herm Edwards in the end zone. Check to see if there are any flags. No flags intended for Steve Watson and thrown a little bit off balance.
Definitely a rookie mistake. You just don't do that in the NFL, walking forward and try to throw the ball, lost the ball over a great cornerback by like Herm Edwards, you'll see it. He'll step up into the pocket, and he tries to make up his mind. A little late to throw it, throwing it off balance, and tries to loft it over Herman's head. Good play by Herman Edwards. Saves the drive.
And like Herm Edwards says, as a cornerback, you got to do what you got to do to survive.
Anything to win, he says. Shot Elway getting knocked on his back. Oh, and he doesn't like what he saw.
3:17 left. It's 7-3.
AC Delco, the smart parts. For 40 years, they've never let me down.
Boxing, soccer, basketball, baseball, football, watch them all. With Rose in hand, you'll have a ball. Huh? There's no taste like the Rose. Rose, no taste like the Rose. There's no taste like it. Everybody knows there's no taste like the Rose. Wild Irish Rose wine.
John Elway, his daddy was a coach at San Jose State, and he's playing at Stanford. Now, that family's got to have had some rows around the darn kitchen table.
Oh, you bet. He's a very personal guy, his dad. John Elway came in here, said he needed some protection, so his second-round draft choice, Mark Cooper, became his little bodyguard. Goes out of the town and protects him from all the people
around
there.
Yeah. He's a bachelor, number 7 is. Got that big money belt. Got to be careful, but boy, he's some talent. What a nice young man.
Yeah, all the players really like him. Yep. You like him when you're 2-0.
He's red, white, and blue. He's All-American. First down and 10. The crowd coming to life. Jaworski looking for Hubie Oliver. The fullback, out over the 35 to the 37. Foley meets him head on. How many catches does Harold Carmichael have today? 1 catch. So Jaworski's content to go under, huh?
Watch the way Jaworski sets up in the pocket. Hubie Oliver, 34, on the left-hand side of the screen, will just slip out of the pocket. Jaworski doesn't care. He'll throw it to him and let him gain 15 yards instead of trying to throw the ball downfield. Great run by Oliver.
First and 10 throw. Formation inside to Oliver. Rockman gets to the 40. Every time the Eagles get a hold of the ball, the crowd begins to just scream. Other scores, Dallas leading the Giants by that single digit. Can't believe that score, can you? Some good defense there. Minnesota on top of Tampa Bay, 13-9. There's a slight shower here at the stadium. Mile High, but not a lot of rain yet. Second down, 7. There's Jaworski. Michael Quick made one of the great catches he's made. He made it look so easy. His 5th catch, but this one was a tough catch.
Oh, and what a great throw by Ron Jaworski. Good coverage by Dennis Smith. He'll show up on the right-hand side of your screen, 49. That just was a perfect pass. Well, I tell you, Jaworski is really impressing me today.
He's very calm. On the road. It's tough. You lose to Washington, you beat San Francisco, and you run into Denver. At Denver. First and 10 inside the 35-yard line. Oliver to the 20. Looked like a false trap. Pretty good play to send the fullback behind, no blocking at all.
Doing that play every once in a while to keep him honest, and you don't really try to get but 2 or 3 yards, but that time he just burst through there. We'll be able to see it from the end zone. Great block by Steve Tenney, number 73. What a big old hole. Watch 43, Steve Foley make the tackle on him. Boy, I hated to be in that position with a big back coming in.
Yeah, but you tackle a lot of people. You were in that position. A lot. First and 10. Eagles on a drive. Michael Haddix barrels in there to the 15 with authority. No fooling around that time.
shifting up a lot of personnel, a lot of different, hard to get any trends, anything to predict here on the Eagle team. They've done so many different things, and a lot of different weapons. Now here we are. They're in that plus territory again, Berkey. They're down to 15. They've got to get points out of the deal.
The plus territory, meaning inside the 20. Here we go. Second down, 5. Hubie Oliver awfully close to the sticks. He waited. It's hard to get a young back to wait for some of those blockers to get hold and get something moving. He waited and then got awfully close.
Boy, he's a classy-looking fullback. He's not that tall. He's just short and built strong to the ground. But, boy, he sure reads the holes well and cuts back against the grain. The thing I'm impressed with is the interior of the Philadelphia line. They're pushing him off the ball. They pushed him off the ball 3 yards before even he had to move upfield.
Well, that's the end of the third quarter. As they change for the final 15 minutes, we now pause for a word from your local station. My stadium, where it's a 7-3 score, Philadelphia leading and driving at the moment as the fourth quarter starts. The lights have been turned on, but the sun is coming out. What are those microfilms there? What is that?
That's a Polaroid shot of the defensive setup so the quarterback can figure out what's going on, but the quarterback that's studying it
is the plays. Why isn't Elway studying it?
Well, he doesn't want to get confused, I guess.
He went to Stanford, for God's sake. It's 7-3. The Eagles driving now. Montgomery's in the game, number 31. Handoff. Oh. Good effort to the 5-yard line by Hubie Oliver, and most of it on his own. What are the numbers on Jaworski today?
Well, he's 12 out of 19 for 190 yards.
And a touchdown.
And a touchdown.
Have you ever seen him calmer than this?
Oh, I'm really impressed with him. The only thing I didn't like was him dropping the snap on the field goal attempt. But here it is, second goal on the 5. We've got to score.
Got to get points. Second and 5.
Rookie, they did that 3 times last week. They've got a veteran center and a veteran quarterback.
Pulling away?
It could be that. I know Marion Campbell mentioned to us that they were working with trying to, we'll see if we can see it on the screen. It's impossible to tell from that, but the ball went up and hit him in the face mask right there. They said they were getting his other hand moving around to the side to try to protect the ball from getting through there, but I tell you, that'll give a coach gray hairs right there.
Here we come. We got third down now and 5, third and goal, really. Broncos are tightening the noose. The toss to Montgomery. Montgomery to the, he's hit hard at the 2-yard line. Barney Chavis at the 2, along with Gradishar.
There was a little crease there for a second, but the pursuit of the Denver defense shut it down. Watch the pursuit of the linebackers, Busick. 58 and 53 Gradishar. Oh, that's great defense.
Gang tackling.
Underneath Barney Chavis, 79. And here we go.
Tony Franklin.
I think their goal is just to get the ball down and give him a shot at it.
20-yard field goal attempt. Campbell looks on. It's up. It's good. In Swamp Fox. Campbell. A little edge, but not much. This young man, of course, has a fourth-quarter team. They've done all their winning in the last period. And here's Tony Franklin's kickoff. Ooh, it's another big one. It's a big kick. That's Zach Thomas, 8 yards deep. Tony Franklin is kicking like a man possessed. Don't forget the doubleheader next week here on CBS. It all starts with the NFL today. All the people are good people from New York. And St. Louis against Philadelphia early, New Orleans and Dallas early. 2 great games that you're going to see. Then later on, the Rams and the Jets. Atlanta takes on San Francisco.
Well, that NFC East, St. Louis versus Philadelphia, boy, they play each other, don't they? We used to always root for those 2 guys just to beat each other to death.
Kill each other.
Just fall over for neither team make it happen.
You said a minute ago this was a big series for Elway.
Well, I think so, and I think it's a big series for the Philadelphia defensive team.
Back in motion, dumps it outside. He's got Peros. Peros gets to the 29-yard line. And Anthony Griggs making the tackle. Quarterback dumped that off early and quickly.
Yeah, that was planned. That wasn't a safety valve. That was a planned play. Get it out there in a hurry. They obviously knew something. Maybe they picked up something from those Polaroids that dictate what type of defense they're running. But a good gain on a little flare pass. Second short. This is the waist down.
I tell you, Denver's got a lot of good backs. They don't have that great back that you hear a lot about, but they've got some good people back there. This Paris is one of them.
Well, Will Height's their speed man, and he's injured right now.
This is Winder, another one of those good backs. He's hit hard to 32. It's going to be bitter football down the stretch. 12 minutes left. And if you're of the faint-hearted type, you better not watch the rest of this. This is going to get really tough.
Power play up the middle. Somebody's down on the field, Brookie.
I think it's Denny Harrison. Bigfoot from Vanderbilt. Looks like he's holding his right leg a little bit.
Schultz is down, too.
The rookie linebacker. It's a tough game. It's body contact. And it's 10-3, Philadelphia.
The New Orleans Saints against the Dallas Cowboys.
Jody Scholes, the rookie from East Carolina. They're working on the lower body. I'm talking about Otho Davis and O'Neill and everybody down there. Dr. DeStefano. Reggie Wilkes is back, number 51. He's just coming back off the injured list. He's been hurt. And the Eagles are really full of new linebackers, but Reggie coming back gives them experience and a little depth there. Well, the big rookie's going to walk off okay. It's better than he was walking yesterday.
Yeah. Boy, he's a big man, and rookie, looks like he could gain 15 more pounds. Even when we saw him, he had a wide, broad frame.
In the fourth quarter, still 14-13, Dallas. Tampa Bay trailing Minnesota by the same score. And we got a 10-3 here, barn burner. Elway going back a lot of time. Oh, he's going deep for Upchurch. Oh, knocked away by Roynell Young. Upchurch had Young by 10 yards, and Roynell played the ball perfectly.
Great play and great recovery by Roynell Young. Sometimes you got to be a little lucky at the cornerback position because he was beat deep. And I can't believe this guy can throw the ball 85 yards and he underthrows Upchurch. And a great recovery by Roynell. Watch him at ground level. Boy, this is a great camera shot. So he's got Roynell by a couple of steps. That usually, they had me like that, Brookie. They threw the ball right on the money. Great recovery by Roynell Young.
A #1 draft choice from 3 years ago makes the #1 play.
Our thanks to David Finch, our cameraman on the sideline. Great shot.
I'd say. Elway with 11:38 left. Back to throw again. Going for Watson. Oh, they made contact, but no call. Jack Fettig on the sidelines was looking right in. Reeves can't believe it, but he can't take time now to worry about it.
Rookie, let's see if we can be unbiased here. Two defensive backs looking at this play. 43 in the bottom of your screen, closing on Steve Watson. Boy, he looks clean right there. Looks like a good call by the referee.
I had a feeling you were going to come out with that decision. Roynell Young being tested and rising to that occasion. What a game. Sampson is in. Back on shotgun. Boy, can he move. Elway tackled from behind by Jerry Robinson at the 39-yard line. And short of the sticks. What a tackle by Robinson.
Certainly was. Boy, he really likes playing. He says, hey, it's going to happen again this year. It's going to happen. You could see the energy flowing from him. He said, we're going to make this team just as great as it was in the past. Watch the pursuit. He goes for it. They won with defense in the late 70s, and they think they can win with defense now.
Prestridge back to punt. Jody Scholes, by the way, has a hyperextended knee. Probably will not return. This is a good hang time punt. A good kick by Prestridge. Hoover, fair catching at the 16 and holds on. Tension is packed in here, along with 75,000 people in orange. Wow, it's 10-3. Down came early in that first quarter, a 38-yard strike, easily done. Jaworski to Quick. You're looking at Dan Reeves as he's contemplating what's going to happen. 10:48 left. There have been 2 field goals since. There have been goal line stands by both clubs, and the defenses here can walk tall anytime, baby. They are both solid and studs. 1st and 10. The Eagles have got to use the clock up somehow.
And the Broncos have got to stop them.
Jaworski dropping to the outside. Wilbert Montgomery hit hard by Mike Harden. Wilbert gets up, hit him on the bad knee maybe, but that knee's better off than I think most people thought it would be.
Oh, he's ready to go. That was a good open tackle by Mike Harden.
That big, good secondary for Denver only made one mistake when Louis Wright perhaps took the young receiver's fake, Mike Quick I'm talking of, and fell down. But pillar to post, they battled. It's 2nd down and 7. Jaworski, a lot of time. Jaworski to Oliver. Oliver jams forward for the first down, out to the 28 with a great stiff arm. He hit Dennis Smith with a real old-fashioned stiff arm.
Well, he took control of that play right there. Two great plays. It doesn't sound like that big a deal.
Wave so they know where we are.
Hi, gang. On that little flare pass right there.
Yes.
Both of them. Instead of throwing downfield and taking a chance to get an interception, those 2 little flare passes, give it to the back, and let them get some yardage. Get the first down. It came out good. Throw it downfield, you take a chance to get an interception.
And if he breaks the tackle, you got it, huh? All right, the first down was made, just as Charlie Waters told you. A quick drop. Jaworski going outside, and Quick, can't hang on. Well covered by Mike. Let's go back to New York City now, to the NFL Today, and get a report from Brent. Quarterbacks are a valuable commodity. We've seen one, Elway, a young man that has looked very good for the 3rd game, hanging in there. And we've looked at Ron Jaworski, who has been superb. Second down 10. He's got time. Out in the flat. Oliver. Rockman gets short of the first down, but out to the 38-yard line. Don't you hate it as a defensive back, though, to go back, cover deep, and all of a sudden you got to come up and hit somebody like this that's full tilt?
You pray for your linebackers to get out there in a hurry to help you out. That's the same thing. Instead of throwing the ball downfield, just lay it off to your back. Jaworski knows the meaning of this drive right here. Eat that clock up, throw it off to your backs, and let them gain yards.
Less than a yard.
3rd down and less than a yard. The clock is running, over 9 minutes left. I don't believe he got the penetration. Wilbert Montgomery.
Well, the human element comes into the game right now, Brookshier, with the referees. Which foot is down there?
He got the first down. Forward progress, not where he was dumped. But Gradishar took a 5-yard run at the line of scrimmage and ran right into the hole. Tonight on CBS, it's always a great night, but this is a special night. 60 Minutes, Alice, One Day at a Time, the Jeffersons, Goodnight Beantown, and Trapper John M.D.
Opening show, brand new show for 60 Minutes tonight. 3 new stories.
A new season on CBS. Trapper John M.D. You watch that show, I know.
Oh, yes.
1st and 10. Hubie Oliver out over the 45. Steve Kenny, the young man from Clemson at left guard, must be doing a pretty good job. That's a tough spot to run on this defense.
Yes, it is. And they also have Moraldi in there who's been injured, number 64. And they're running right over him, and that's the difference right now in the ball game, is the Eagles' offensive line is beating the defensive line of Denver.
Well, that's hard to do. They're quick.
They're powerful, too.
Jimmy Ryan made the tackle over there, number 50 for Denver. He's from Bishop Eustace High School, right across the river from Philadelphia.
Dean Moraldi, that was 64 that we saw. Sorry, Brookie.
That's okay.
Back in the lineup.
Major Everett, number 39 in the game. Inside, Major Everett breaks through and gets inside the 40-yard line. Dennis Smith makes the tackle. The young fellow from Mississippi College, 207-pounder. The flags are down, however. Let's hold.
Look at the interior of the line. 63 Baker and 73 Kinney and 50 Guy Morris. Breaking the hole, I tell you, Everett gets through there in a hurry. And there's a flag on the play. You saw it jump in front of the screen there.
It may be Colonel Everett if he keeps running like that.
Oh, boy.
I know. Holding, though. That's the reason perhaps the hole opened up.
Holding, number 76, offense. Repeat, second down.
The Pro Bowler, Jerry Sizemore.
Played on the championship team with Tom Brookshier. Last time the Philadelphia Eagles won the NFL championship, that's Aaron Campbell.
That's old Swampy. He saved my life. He still is. Second down, 14. Jaworski dropping, dumping. Here's Major Everett again. Oh, he's a hard runner to the 46. No wonder Marion Campbell spent so much time down in Mississippi signing up these young people.
4 guys from Mississippi, and Major Everett being one of them. He went to school at the same place that Michael Williams went to. They've got 4 guys, 2 from Mississippi College and 2 from Mississippi State.
What did Marion say? He said the Philadelphia Press said they would call the Mississippi Eagles.
Marion said, I feel comfortable down in the Southern Bowl.
Big play in the ball game with 7:09 left. Third and call it 4. Just over the 45.
It's a big down right here, Brookie.
The blitz is on. Jaworski is sacked. The Broncos blitz number 28 came up Roger Jackson.
Boy, he's made 2 great plays today, 2 big plays. One on the little circle route, and he also blitzed her. That's 3 big plays. That was an obvious blitzing situation. See if he shows up in the middle of the screen. He's coming in the right left guard tackle gap. Nobody's around him. Nobody can block him.
Well, they did a good job, though. They had his receiver covered up. Jaworski was smart not to throw that.
Yeah, he was. He read the blitz and tried to get it, but obviously the men were covered. A little momentum shift right now in this ball game, Brookie.
Okay, Maxie Runiger punting to you-know-who. Rick Upchurch, the best ever in this league. Oh, what a punt by Runiger. Upchurch at the 10-yard line. Hit hard at the 16-yard line, and I mean dunked. A 54-yard punt. The Broncos trail 10-3, 6:19 left. Don't go away. 15 left. Philadelphia leads 10-3. 1 touchdown scored, and a million great defensive plays by both teams. Elway's the quarterback. Elway to throw on the run. It's Poole. Poole gets knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line by Jerry Robinson. Let's go to New York City in the NFL today to Brent Musburger. Looks like Scott Bruner might be hurt on that play. Looks like the nickel defense was in, huh?
Yeah,
Scale was there.
Yeah, those defensive backs can make the big plays when you knock the quarterback on the ground like that.
Wow. It's 10-3 here. A big pickup by Nathan Poole. To Winder. Elway has time now. He goes to right. Right gets hit at the 35. A driving tackle by Reggie Wilkes knocked him off balance. And Anthony Griggs finished him off.
Good safe play by Elway, throwing off to the big tight end coming across the middle. It's a big series. Denver's defensive team held them.
You think DeBerg is thinking about possibly coming in? What would you do in this one? It's this close. What do you do?
Well, that's why I'm not the coach, Brookie.
Elway's the quarterback. 2nd down and 5. He's got time to throw. Oh, intercepted. Intercepted by Anthony Griggs. Anthony Griggs made the big interception. Gets to the 37-yard line. Hairston is on the ground, number 78 for the Eagles. And for some reason, the crowd booed, and I'm not sure why.
You see him right in the pocket. Maybe he just didn't see Griggs. He threw it right to him. It's a little bit of test of the rookie blindness. You know, here he is set back in the pocket. He told us he just doesn't see things very well right now compared to what it was when he was in college. Well, he sure didn't see Anthony Griggs on this one.
You know, he didn't. Look like somebody jumped up on his way, Kenny Clark, and covered the whole area, so he maybe couldn't see very well.
He said the guys are so big when he sets back in the pocket that all he sees is flashes. When he sees flashes, he thinks he needs to throw it, and that'll come with time. And in the past, in the last 2 games, it hurt them, but they came back and won the game.
Big interceptions. Elway throwing to Herm Edwards. And, of course, Griggs getting his 2nd of the year. Very large indeed. Don't forget, Saturday, college football returns to the spotlight right here on CBS. Regional games. Some of the great ones. Ohio State at Iowa. What's a Big Ten clash? Oklahoma State at Texas Aggies. They flat don't like each other anyway. And Tulane plays Kentucky. And at nighttime, of course, the one that we all want to see, the tradition continues. Notre Dame and Miami, plus the other regional action. So check your listings, and right here on CBS, pro or college, we're here.
Sometimes I think Notre Dame belongs in the NFL. They're so strong, year in, year out.
They are strong. Uh-oh, fumble snap. Jaworski falls on it. The 5th fumble, and the Eagles have lost 2. Let's go to New York City now for another update. That's what you play for, though. Your defense turned it on. They win that game, huh?
Did you see who made that hit? 11-year veteran Bob Newhouse.
Running the right side, Michael Haddix, who has proven to me today when he learns where the holes will be, he's going to be some kind of running back.
Oh, you bet. Well, they've got a lot of weapons back there. With Hubie Oliver, they've got your classic fullback, the power fullback, then run against the grain and get yardage. They got the slicing, veering type back with Montgomery, and then you got this Haddix kid. Boy, I tell you, they got some weapons right now.
Haddix, of course, was told to learn the fullback plays. Now suddenly he was told to wear those tailback plays around, so he's done a pretty good job picking it up. 4:17 left. 3rd down and 5. Denver's coming. Across to Haddix. To the 26-yard line. Busick and Ryan.
That's Bryson Manor, 66 on the turf.
Well, he's some pro. Bryson Manor's played on this Bronco defensive team for a long time, from Bridgeton, New Jersey, 285-pounder.
They bring in Bryson Manor and Latimer on the passing situations. They've got 4 defensive ends in their rushing in the passing situation.
Now you're Michael Haddix, and you fumbled a little bit, right, early in the game. Are you worrying on every carry that the Broncos, an experienced team like this on defense, are they going to try to scrap and strip the ball from you?
Oh, you bet. And the thing that I like about it, when we mentioned it earlier, is that they're giving the ball back to him. I know he's conscious of it. I bet he's wrapping both arms around it. And he didn't try to squirm that much. They're short of the 1st down, by the way. I guarantee he's cut the ball up, and he showed power on that play as he ran and tried to get that extra yardage.
Haddix has 50 yards on 19 rushes. He had 73, I believe it was, against San Francisco, but Redskins shut him down.
Well, they shut all the Eagle rushing game down last week with only 35 yards.
Bryson's even jogging off, so you know he's okay. Tony Franklin's coming on. This will be held by Ron Jaworski at the 34, so it's a 44-yard attempt.
Barefoot kicker.
He is 4 for 4 up to the 40-yard line. He's got plenty of leg. No good.
Is there even a consideration of bringing in DeBerg right here? No, Elway's onto the field. 0-0 they're booing him, Brookie. Huh?
It doesn't take long.
First and 10.
We assume the boos are because the coach did not make a quarterback change. Here's that kick.
I'm sure he's a little gun-shy with the fumbled snap. He just took that ball to the left. That would have iced it.
Elway running the draw play. Rick Paris. Paris to the 37-yard line, leaping. Jerry Robinson there.
Great effort by Paris, who hasn't shown very well in the first 2 games. You know, you run that drop-back pass, boy, you got that play, that companion play that goes with the draw play, and they've used it an awful lot today, and that's going to be part of their attack. Plus, it's a real simple deal for Elway to do.
For all the offense we've seen today, these defenses have really throttled it. It's still 10-3. And you can watch the clock yourself. Elway. With time, Elway hits somebody with the ball, and the flags are down. Are sort of nodding like it's all right. Holding Denver. A hard-fought football game. Nothing cute or fancy about this baby.
Very, very physical. There's a shot at the Berg, 17.
Now think about this, that Broncos play the Los Angeles Raiders next week. A 2-0 team, at least until tomorrow night. The Eagles go get St. Louis.
Number 64, offense. Repeat, first down.
Bill Bryant, one of the best centers in football, was called for holding. I think they could call holding every play, am I right?
Yes. I think so.
First down and 20.
Sticking with Elway.
Single back offense. Elway, quick drop. Oh, hit from the blind side. Caught, though, by Paris as Carl Harris really drilled the quarterback, and Elway slow getting up.
Well, he took a look there, Brookie.
How did he throw the ball?
I don't know how he completed. You see Carl coming in 78. Boy, that's a lot of weight smashing down on you right there.
And, you know, Carl Harrison takes the inside. Once in a while he gambles. By golly, John Elway got up and shook it off.
That was a good move by Carl Harrison going inside that time.
But if you were a coach, you could have gotten away with a substitution there, couldn't you?
Once you're shook up, Elway, let's bring you to Berg in.
Good throw.
That's why you don't do it. Beautiful pass.
Especially after you've been drilled. Upchurch makes his 3rd catch. And what a catch. He broke the tackle. Darn near broke the whole play.
Every time he gets the ball, he thinks he can break away. Watch the poise. He comes back after getting killed the play before, sets up in the pocket, and wings it out there. That's a deep sideline. That's a long pass. That must be a 50-yard pass. He can break the tackle right there on Herm. Of course, Herman Edwards, hard to keep him down long.
Joe Williams came along to make sure. Elway moving, dumps it off. Good move. He's got Winder in the flat. Winder to the 36-yard line, to the 33-yard line.
Rookie, that was the best play of the day by Elway. He said, talked to him, he said, dadgum, the thing that gets me is when they bring that strong safety in or bring the safeties in from the outside on the blitzes. I can see it when the linebackers come in. Look on the left side of your screen. 41, Logan could be coming in. Elway reads it immediately, gets it out to Winder. Boy, it's a great run. Winder was a national champion in touchdowns in 1980. We got a game right now.
2 minutes left. Tom Brookshire and Charlie Waters. We were just kidding, but I think I might have somebody hit Elway in the head right before the game starts.
Oh, you're bad.
Well, ever since Harrison hit him from the blind side, he's made 2 tremendous plays in a row.
He has. He's come back from throwing some bad balls to come back and throw the ball like the second half. Heck, he's 15 for 28 for 141 yards, but the 2 interceptions, and both of them were just rookie interceptions. throwing the ball off balance on one and trying to force it in between the linebacker on another.
Well, you can't get youth and experience, right? You sort of have to balance them, and this young man's gaining experience right now. A big play coming up. They all will be from now on. 1st and 10. 2 minutes and 33 yards from perhaps a tie. Roughing the passer. Roughing the passer. The touchdown will go. Rick Paris from John Elway.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 94. Touchdown is good. Penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Watch the way Elway drops back in the pocket and looks the safety off. He's looking left, and he throws back to the right. Line drive pass, and Paris has got the linebacker man-to-man.
Oh.
What a beautiful pass. I tell you, Mary Campbell said he's going to learn quickly, and when he does learn, look out, and that's what's happened today.
I don't think Elway saw the catch. He was knocked down. DeBerg is holding. Elway's on the phone, and Carlos will try to tie it up. We may have sudden death, folks. Good. Welcome to the NFL.
Watch the shot on John Elway. He never even sees the catch. This is welcome to the NFL. You don't think it's a physical game. Pow! 94, Brian Darby coming in, hitting him from the blind side. He hadn't even looked downfield, but he knows that something good has happened. Boy, he's a tough kid.
Now, 1 minute and 54 seconds. Tony Franklin has kicked against Dallas a 59-yard field goal. So keep in mind, the Eagles have to get into Denver territory to perhaps keep this from going OT. Don't forget 60 minutes following football, this football game, except on the West Coast. John Elway, his first, one of the best. Carlos will kick from the 50 because of the roughing the passer penalty. So the Eagles will start from the 20.
He ought to kick a lofting kick. He kicked it lofty.
All right, got it.
And kick it to New Mexico.
It would have been a field goal. But that does not count. 1:54 left. Don't forget, it all starts with the NFL today. With Irv and Jimmy the Greek and Phyllis and Irv. St. Louis, Philadelphia, New Orleans, Dallas. Then right after that, if you're still around, right, if you're alive, that is, the Rams and the Jets, or Atlanta, San Francisco. The crowd is back.
Roll the drums, Brookie.
Jaworski throwing for Mike Quick. There's a flag down. Quick is pulled down from behind by Steve Wilson at the 42, but there is a flag down. Mike Quick. He has all the moves. Is he smooth?
Boy, and they quieted the crowd. The flag was against Denver.
Holding, number 49 defense, penalty declined, first down.
Rookie, that was a strange call. Defensive call to have a maximum blitz in that situation. That's what everybody was in. And man-to-man coverage, so out the field, and they had the linebacker, the backs out on the men, bumping, running. See the blitz coming in, and a great read and a great pass by Ron Jaworski.
Jaworski to Quick. That's a combination we're going to hear a lot about in the future. What a play to call and a good read. And Jaworski has been as cold as ice. He's a cool one today.
He has had a super game today.
Remember, remember, Franklin can kick 45-yarders. Jaworski. Oh, trying for Carmichael. Mike Harden was beat, but Carmichael couldn't hold on. Pretty tough catch for him.
You don't see him missing very many. I've seen him catch a heck of a lot more than I've seen him miss. You're down at the defensive backfield position. Pass coming out here to Carmichael, and see if Joe judge it and see if he should have caught this one. He's extended. I've seen him catch a lot of those. There's the man of the hour.
He's thinking about it. Second down, 10. Mike Quick. In and out.
He has not missed very many of those today. He's caught him across the middle. A great throw by that man, Jaworski.
Boy, he was going to get hit, though. I thought he might have pulled away from that with just a little bit.
Yeah,
the ball
you might as well catch it, Brookie. You're going to get hit anyway when you come across the middle. You might as well catch the ball.
The ball is on the 42. It's third down and 10. Shotgun. Oh, what a throw. 85 has it down the right side coming in. Melvin Hoover.
Boy, that was a great route. That was a great route. You'll be able to see it on the replay. The upper right-hand side of your screen, 85 going against Louis Wright. Watch him make a move to the outside and then spin back to the inside. He tries to sell him on the outside move. He goes back across. I don't understand. Maybe Louis was expecting inside help on that one. I know this, that Quick was open across the middle. Jaworski didn't even think about throwing to him.
You know, something else that Ron Jaworski knew he had going for him was the offensive line. Walters was back at tackle. Sizemore at 1. Baker, Kinney, and, of course, Guy Morris. And they did give him a lot of time that time. He straightened up and waited.
You know, that was a real deep route. That's a little bit, takes about 4 seconds to get that ball off. And I tell you, Eagles' offensive line has been very impressive today. And Jaworski, you know, he said earlier, he says, look, they boo me in Philadelphia, and they're going to boo me in Philadelphia until I win in the NFL championship. He's the winningest quarterback behind Bradshaw in the last 6 years in the NFL, and they still boo him.
Well, you know, if you're a quarterback, you get booed everywhere, you know. They're booing him here today, you know. That's just part of the, goes with the territory.
You think they might have been booing him or possibly booing Reeves, the coach, for not putting DeBerg in?
Timeouts remaining. Philadelphia with a couple. Denver with 3. But now the Eagles do not have to go for the long field goal attempt that might give the ball back to Denver on your 40 or their own 45-yard line.
Little strategy here. Are you going to try to just eat the clock up and keep the ball in the middle of the field, or try to get the touchdown? They've gone to overtime. Tampa Bay and Minnesota, 16-16.
First down play. The flags are down. Hubie Oliver carried and looked like Gradishar charged the line of scrimmage.
Well, they had a blitz on. He tried to time the snap and thought he could figure it out, but the Denver guys are clapping. All sides against the green team. It worked.
And not many seconds went off. There's Joe Collier on the right in the orange hat. Dan Reeves, the head coach, behind him.
Offside, number 86 offense, declined, second down.
Al Dixon, the new tight end that Marion Campbell and company picked up, used to be with Kansas City. Marion's finding out what's going on.
Marion's wanting a touchdown right here. He's not. Just don't want to take a chance and leave it up to the field goal kicker.
Second down, 10. 1:21 left. Inside handoff. Hubie Oliver to the 15. Don't forget, 60 minutes. We'll be following this football game, except on the West Coast. Marion Jr. played at Georgia with the 49ers, came to Philadelphia, been in coaching everywhere he's been one of the most successful defensive coaches that's been, whether it's Atlanta or the Los Angeles Rams or Minnesota. He was always put together a defense.
Tony's a very personal guy. In training camp, the attitude was they didn't have a drill sergeant anymore, taking them and pushing them around and pressure on them all the time. Old Swamp Fox, a cruiser, you know, he's from South Carolina, and when he signed that long contract, said he bought him a house on a lake. You know, he's looking forward to that someday.
He's got a bass boat already, but he's got a few games left.
Yeah, he sure does. He got one left right here today.
There's Dan Reeves. His first year here, he went 10 and 6, which is a heck of a first-year job. That was 81.
Well, he loves the pressure.
Listen to this crowd.
They feel like they're part of it. Let me tell you, they are part of it. Look at where they do this little deal. They're in sync, huh?
They must get together and practice that. It's a tie game with 1:14 left. 75,000 people here, and not a soul has gone home. Haddix and Oliver, Jaworski. Back to throw.
Oh, no. They're throwing a flag. Let's see how they rule this. Interference against Carmichael, preliminary, I think.
Offensive interference as Carmichael tried to push away Mike Harden.
The rule is, Brookie, if the defensive back establishes position, that's what it is.
Wow.
If he establishes position, that offensive man, you know what another thing that's interesting about this call? They're going to lose yardage. They're going to take the ball back on this. Watch us see if we can see the very end of this play. Left-hand corner of your screen. Well, he's already bumped into him. I was watching it on the play. Mike Harden stood as it's like in basketball. It's like a charging foul in basketball.
It also makes Franklin's field goal attempt longer, and he has to wait.
Pass interference. Number 17, offense. Repeat third down.
Wow.
Big call. Left-hand side of your screen. That's the big man, Carmichael, 17. He's run into Harden.
3rd and 18. The draw play. Oliver hit by Latimer. Don Latimer made the first tackle. And here comes Tony Franklin.
Well, they earned their money right here. On that last play, you know, we told you 3 times last week they fumbled the snap. Let's see if Jaworski he had trouble with that one on that snap.
Now we got to go to the field goal. It's 1:02 left. If Franklin bangs it through, it's over, right? They'll have a minute left. But this is that in-between distance that field goal kickers don't like. They'd rather kick from 45 or from 25. This will be about a 38-yard field goal attempt.
I tell you, Brookie, you hear a lot about kickers, and I'm so glad I wasn't a kicker. Look at this pressure on this guy right here.
Tremendous. Texas Aggies.
Of course, they come out with a tie no matter what, but
he's been maligned at times, but he's also kicked some that nobody else probably in football.
He has. He's kicked 5 over 50 yards, so he's got the range.
And he made the barefoot kicking style popular.
Yeah, and Rick Carlos on the team, the only two, he and Franklin, the only 2 barefoot kickers in the league.
Now you held for years in Dallas, but Jaworski got to be careful with this hold.
Oh, he's thinking about it. Earlier in the game, you remember Jaworski fumbled a snap that was right to him.
Franklin has rung the bell, and he is going completely bananas. The little man from Big Spring just jumped over a guy that was 6'6" over there. What a kick, and it was dead center.
Oh, great snap. Yeah, that was the great thing about that kick was the snap was right on the money. The strings were in the front. Watch it on the replay. The strings will be right in the front. Jaworski won't have to turn it a bit. And, boy, I tell you, they earn their money. He booms this thing through here. And you can watch them, and they'll tell you immediately. It's not even halfway there, and they know it's through.
And here's the Swamp Fox's reaction. The signal made by the Eagle coach could signify the second win of the season. The Dallas audience is probably going to be joining us very shortly as number one, a Texas fella. Welcome to you people that have been watching Dallas and the New York Giants. Of course, your team won 28-13. You're looking at Tony Franklin, who just kicked a 43-yard field goal, dead center, to break a 10-0 tie between Denver and Philadelphia. And it has been a brutal game, but a great one. Franklin's kickoff. Oh, man, he is pumped up. 5 yards deep. Zach Thomas comes out with it. Thomas to the 17-yard line and smothered. Tom Brookshire and Charlie Waters, and here's the field goal that Tony Franklin drilled through.
43 yards, good snap and hold, and boy, he drilled it through. And earlier in the game, for the benefit of the Dallas audience, Jaworski dropped the snap from about 3 yards away on a short field goal, and that puts him ahead.
Jaworski threw a touchdown pass in the first quarter, the man you see right there, to Mike Quick. In the fourth quarter, John Elway gets blindsided, knocked out, and threw a tremendous scoring strike to get the tie.
Plenty of time left here, though, with a guy like this Elway kid. He can fire it.
A screen pass out the flat to Winder. Winder to the 22. The clock is running. Robinson making the tackle. How many timeouts does Denver still have? 1 timeout left for Denver. The clock at 33 seconds. Don't forget 60 minutes following this game, except on the West Coast. Elway quickly now. He's got to stop the clock. Across the middle. Almost intercepted. Caught by Wright. Caught by Jim Wright. Good catch. Now the clock is stopped. The last timeout for Denver was just burned.
That's that new rule, Brookie, where anybody on the field can call timeout right there. It probably saves them 2 or 3 seconds because Dave Preston, who's not the captain, called timeout immediately.
One of the new rules, anybody can call it because the quarterback might be so far away or down that he couldn't make the call himself. First down. Tony Franklin.
Sent a lot of girls, is it?
That's daughters? Right. Yeah, he's got the daughters going, and boy, that's something. You're right, the buck stops with the kicker, though.
Oh, hey, hero goes just like that.
Tampa, Minnesota, in overtime, still not at 16-16. I'm just so happy because the kickers take such a brutal beating. I don't mean physically necessarily, but the mental part of it is pure torture. Reeves not quitting, of course, as you said. 20 seconds with Elway is a lot of time, and the Swamp Fox knows it.
Well, Marion Campbell's the one that told us that, hey, the guy can do a lot of things. He's a magical person. And he's scared of him. I guarantee you the Eagle defense has got respect for him right here because he can throw the ball 80 yards in the fly.
Boy, Campbell's looking at that clock. First down, Elway, outside, off Preston's hands. A jumping catch, but I think catchable.
Got to have that ball in this situation. That's a situation specialist, Dave Preston, number 46.
The quiet general. They said at training camp you couldn't tell who the head coach was unless you knew. He just stood there and everything went on around him, all the action. But he was watching and doesn't miss much.
Oh, he's a sharp cookie.
And Dan Reeves, of course, is a player's coach. He's very close to all the players. Second down 10. Elway, chase, throws the ball away. Let's see if they call grounding. He was in the grasp of Kenny Clark, who has played some football game.
Intense pressure by the Eagle front three. Elway trying to rally him.
Trying to get a hurry up. Clark stayed down like maybe he was going to stall the clock out. Now they start the clock. 7 seconds. Flags are down. Ball's thrown away. Boy, the Eagle defense has done some job on Steve Watson, huh?
Well, they really have.
Took it away, didn't they?
No timeouts remaining for Denver. Offside against the green team. That'll get them 5 yards. You know, Brookie, this 57 seconds is a long time for an experienced quarterback in the NFL. This is another little chapter in this kid's book that he's going to have to store away, how he could do things a little differently to move this team down the field.
You know that touchdown
Offside, number 78, defense, still third down.
The touchdown that he got to tie, I don't know if any other quarterback drills that baby in there because he had to throw over a linebacker in front of that safety man. It was a super throw.
Great throw. A lot of poise right after he'd been smashed.
He's come a long way today, I think. 4 seconds left. Eagles with a 13-10 lead. Elway, perhaps the last play. Flags are down. Flags are down. Elway throwing the ball a ton for Watson out of bounds. The flags are down, though. If it's a defensive penalty, it can end the game. Be careful here. Let's see. Everybody's leaving, and some are shaking hands. Swamp Fox is moving. Marion Campbell is going to be one of the first guys to the dressing room, and that is a sprint. The Eagles go 2-1. They beat San Francisco.